Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C. pattern of conduct, the ongoing real-time documentation of what is the criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in violation of 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is the pattern of conduct underway by a public entity, that is the state of California, that is engaging in federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California. So this is group conduct. And this is the practicing of what are the criminal elements of monitoring amongst what is the demon possessed. And so this is what is documentation of terrorism as it is underway by a public entity in concert with the people of the state who are in the shoes of the government as this criminal system is in ceaseless operation. And as the state engages in this demented group conduct, this is revealing how the public entity, that is the state of California, that is in the United States of America, how terrorism of an American citizen plays out, what that looks like, how that is facilitated amongst a people, amongst a government, how it is public corruption in plain sight, and not only that, how you formulate policy and how you prosecute that which is demonic conduct, it's demonic activity, but that which is in no way impervious to prosecution in federal court, and being subject to ratification into federal policy. This is the P.O.C. (8FTW 68), or you can scratch that, 8FGC 768, 8CPY 332. And it is currently 10:02 a.m. on Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. And I just captured video of what is the state's fake sun remaining stationary over me at 10 o'clock in the morning, and this is when I'm in motion leaving from 630 North Fern, 8XLK091, and what I captured yesterday while I'm on Holt Boulevard, 7LLN 594, at the intersection of Vine and Holt, and the state keeping its fake sun. As again, remember, I am at the Ontario Village Shopping Center before 10 o'clock. I remained there, and I walk from the village center. So I'm already west of this location. I'm sorry, not only just west, you're talking about what is southwest, to be on Holt Boulevard at the village. And the state's fake sun is remaining over me as I walk toward what is Vine and Holt. And at this time, I'm at Gator Glass, and I'm documenting those demons engaging in harassment on behalf of the entity, including the Ontario Police Department demons under that fake sun, monitoring and stalking together, 7 U.O.C 489, and engaging in crossing a path while the fake sun was over me at that Gator Glass, okay, which in order to capture that light source that's hovering while Delta Airlines is flying over my head, and you're talking about what is the state's fake sun as I'm facing what is south in order to capture that. Okay, the state's fake sun is directly over the 630 North Fern, and you see it in real-time motion as she drives around the corner to get onto G Street, which is driving west on G Street, and then to turn into the Rite Aid parking lot. But right now we're driving south on Euclid Avenue, where again, you're remembering December 31st, not just the ongoing existing documentation, but I'm just giving you a reminder. December 31st, I remain at American Inn. This is impossible to coexist. The state's fake sun is not anywhere near the venue of what is the Ovid Family Community Library, just like you saw yesterday, while it's remaining over me on Holt Boulevard, which is in conflict with December 31st, where I'm not even at Holt Boulevard in the morning, and at that time, I still remain at American Inn, and then I walk south on Euclid Avenue, and the state is keeping a fake sun directly over my head. It's not coming from the vantage point of being over Holt, and I'm looking at a distance. The state kept that fake sun right over my head, and that is witnessing what is demonic, terrorism by the state, the same entity engaging in harassment, and that's what I'm referencing in my video this morning at 10 a.m. The city of Ontario, just like they were at American Inn, stalking and monitoring in a private space. They're violent sex offenders representing the municipality, while the fake sun is over me, monitoring and harassing with the entity, acting via third-party group stalkers located at 630 North Fern, putting out dumpsters for the creation of audible activity in relevant position under a fake sun is the entity conspiring to engage in the pattern of conduct together. There is no form. They're demons that are monitoring together and harassing together. The state creating sensational activity by engagement in that conduct. All right, license 8EZB001, 4UVS 806, 5ERB 373, 5BZR 178. Brink security in relevant position at the state's fake sun at the intersection of Euclid and Holt Boulevard at 10:05 a.m. APFX 061 76144W1, vehicle 150418, 6UNM 112, 8CZD 545. 6JZK471.
This is for the LORRAINE youth. It's a song that every singer dreams they could have. I mean, if you have a
6EWE635. 7NOD869. 7SHC870. MARLYY. The sheriff, license 1133567. Monitoring under the fake sun that's right here over the B&G Plaza, and the sheriff crossing path at Vine and Holt Boulevard at the same time yesterday, where the state's fake sun was nowhere in this direction. License plate, that's stalking, and doing so with the minion who you hear operating a communication device in the car. 237ST, handicap.
When they would do the articles, they would say,
License 7FHV334, 8SBU721, GD974, handicap, 8VOZ709, 4XOP697, 5XUZ610, 8SFP020. All right, 5ADU788, an overweight minion. And this demon is the one documented on video, stalking with the state, flying over me by helicopter. 8TDR412, 03970P2, 50833S1, 6NPW, 341, I believe. I'm sorry, 544, and that's the store owner who's inside of S.I.I.S Liquor, where the state's fake sun is over the venue. At this time, monitoring while the state flies over me by helicopter, engaging in terrorism together. And you're going to remember what's the grounds for deportation while they engage in terrorism. This is 7YWR584, 7H744483. P.O.C. and again on video while I'm capturing the state flying over by helicopter, and Tracy Banks, license 4WN432, in operation of a communication device, state moving a fake sun, keeping it over me in her car. 7HBV503, a demon, an old white crusty woman, a bag of bones, an old fart, while direct light moves across the building. She's stalking. All right, Satan monitoring and stalking you with the government under a fake sun. Again, that's at the B&G Plaza, nowhere near Vine and Euclid Avenue, where I remain, by the way, capturing what is Continental Towing, stalking at L&R Auto Repair, monitoring, engaging in ongoing P.O.C. with the Ontario Police Department, captured in substantial video, stalking. This Latino male with an orange shirt, blue jeans, and a bike on camera right now, which I'm referencing, going inside of S.I.I.S Liquor, stalking with the government. They're all under a fake sun and indirected light, filling that liquor store right now. African-American male, the demon with the olive green sweater, getting out of the Toyota pickup truck, stalking with the state, flying over by helicopter, is walking out of S.I.I.S Liquor, going into her vehicle. She was stalking in the parking lot. FedEx is crossing path as well. And again, that demon that comes from S.I.I.S Liquor is license 50833S1. And it's currently 10:13 a.m. All right, these demons fill the venue of S.I.I.S Liquor while directed light is hitting the merchandise inside of the store. They're all demons stalking together. 8VFB161, captured in an image as well, while the state is aiming directed light inside of the depths of the liquor store, where his liquor is that lines the wall. Flashing light. All right, guess who's in relevant position monitoring with the state that's flying over by United Airlines, and while directed light is inside of the liquor store, that's Tracy Banks, 4WON432. It's 03970P2, in case I didn't read that license plate, and it is currently 10:16 a.m. All right, molesting by all of the above, 03970P2, 7VZW098, BD2A67, 8VFB161, 6NPW544, 7HBV503, 78744B3, I believe, 4WON432, ongoing molestation with impossible light activity while they are maintaining presence all around, and the fake sun is right over the S.I.I.S Liquor, okay? That is P.O.C, and that is the ongoing sex offender touching while you're documenting them. 8MWP430 while they're stalking, okay? 7UPB075, and doing so under what is that hallmark? That which is not the sun, which I'm continuously illustrating when you're looking at what is maintaining central presence over my head. In conflict with actually being the sun, as I'm showing you yesterday, for example, over the S.I.I.S Liquor, over the Ontario Village Shopping Center, and remaining over my head as I walk onto Holt Boulevard. It's currently 10:19 a.m. This is ongoing operation of a communication device in violation of Title 18, 6BSS976, monitoring in violation of Title 18 with the demons who are engaging in interstate stalking with the government. All right, 8MPG911. And it's that easy to document while the entity engages in public corruption in plain sight. 5LGM037. 8FQR737, 8YAS326, 8ETK234, 90120A1, 7ZRG589, UPS 24098R2, stalking with light activity, 8VYN766. Just like you saw with Amazon Prime, just like you saw with Continental Towing, you are engaging in creating light activity and engineered light, and the state's fake sun is over the venue right here of 280 North Lemon Apartments, where UPS is stalking with light. And Tracy Banks creating light activity as well. It's the same demonic activity. It's 10:20 a.m. 68297R1 McCarthy engaging in the P.O.C. stalking with light with UPS who's behind and Tracy both having their hazards on. That is Sky Climber 68297R1. Sky Climber is on the property of the construction site of McCarthy. They're creating light activity just inside of that structure in order to engage in reversing in front of the car. Everywhere that I'm going is a matter of public information. There are demons that are stalking and tracking together. All right, so Sky Climber is in relevant position. That's that commercial vehicle's license plate. UPS is behind, and Tracy Banks herself using hazard lights while the fake sun is over. Okay, and it's 10:21 a.m. 888-5483. City of Ontario crossing path again. Truck number 9105. The blue dumpster truck. That's the municipality stalking.
I wonder if this.
And it is currently 10:23 a.m.
Did you ever see a sign? No.
What are you talking about?
The health center here. No.
Stay became another top 10 hit and helped push Howard's solo debut album into the top 15.
Omnitrans Route 61 is crossing path with the rest of the minions. That's a minion driving and minions aboard bus 1331, stalking and monitoring under a fake sun. Alrighty, you're going to recall what is my documentation again as I'm walking down Hope Boulevard yesterday in the afternoon, arriving at Ovitt Family Community Library after 12 p.m. And the state's fake sun is on Hope Boulevard and remaining on Hope Boulevard, stationary over me at the Emporia Place at the Gator Glass. And that's how I'm able to document those minions at that portion of the street of Hope Boulevard. And the state's fake sun is remaining in central presence over my head while directed light is touching all over my person. That's the prosecution of the entity as the sex offender that it is while it is stalking. All right, this is a demonic pattern, absolutely demented, but they are molesting with what is directed light while all of them together are monitoring with communication devices. All right, and this is why you also have what is staring at their phones while I take pictures of them in video. 10:25 a.m. 141ST handicap, 6YKZ058, 8MXF956, 8MAL966, 8GEN638, 7WPE774, 7C91139, 528MUT, 8GQZ587. And it's currently 10:27 a.m. capturing video of what is the state's fake sun that is over now that we have gone from Hope Boulevard. I showed you as I arrived to Hope Boulevard, and UPS was hovering over 150 East Hope on a commercial airline plane, and then the state's fake sun is hovering over the 150 East Hope Boulevard. All right, and I showed you what is. Look at how close the plane is. This is my commentary while you're looking at what is stalking with a fake sun that remained over me as I walked east on Hope Boulevard. This is later in the afternoon after remaining at the west end of Hope Boulevard at the Ontario Village Shopping Center, at Gator Glass, at Vine and Hold at Emporia Place Apartments. The state, that's where the state was coming from. The state is in the same place with a fake sun earlier in the day, having not been anywhere in that direction yet, which is the Ontario Village Shopping Center, the Gator Glass, Vine Avenue, and Vine Avenue, Hope Boulevard. The state kept its fake sun at 630 North Fern over me, over the vehicle, which I show you as the vehicle begins motion, okay? And that is stalking with light. It is currently 10:28 a.m., and that's ongoing operation of the communication devices, ongoing documentation of federal interstate stalking, federal stalking with the government, 8HRF 902. And understand the significance. You're talking about what is crossing path under engineered light, demons that are monitoring together. It's an ongoing state system. Personal knowledge of some other demon's name is not necessary on my part, nor the third party who is monitoring. They're monitoring with communication devices all together on behalf of the government. Alrighty, it's 10:29 a.m. Directed light is inside of the car. The fake sun is directly over the car. Minions are crossing path, monitoring to this activity creation. Monitoring in the same exact environment at 150 East Holt.
You know you should have your mask on.
Light activity by 141ST handicap. It's a red SUV.
She's just backing up, not even paying attention.
She's stalking with light. They're monitoring together. Understand everything that you're hearing. This is the malice of demons. They're monitoring together. Not ignorant of her car being there, not being rude, not even genuinely mad. You're talking about what it's monitoring together, engagement in the elements. It's 10:30 a.m. 528 MUT. In case I did not read that one. 6WRJ 296, 8BLX 971. City of Ontario crossing path again in one of their white utility trucks. 7PYJ 343. You can take me back to B&G Plaza. You can go right down that way. 8PTN 608, 7FBU 330, 8RRH 056. 6MHH 676, 7TWH 754, 8H26325, 5SRT 132, 8MKL 884, 5YEF 458, 8YTE 604, 8XSF 645. You can keep going straight or you can turn, doesn't matter. 6FDS 137, 8NZ 8500, 8XCR 276. 5YXY 344, 6H 68086, 311. Oh, I can't really see that. You can scratch that. 8YTH 301, 8SGB 317. See, 8GQS 976, 32134X1, 5D50025, 7FKE 429, 8M51. 979 BF64K52 paper 90945Y2 8SBU 721 Ultra personnel monitoring Oscar's barbershop monitoring. They're all inside the B&G Plaza. 8SFPO20. I think I read that one. It's 10:32 a.m. All right, this demon crossing path under the fake sun. This is license plate 40020V2. Alrighty. All right, what this third party Tracy Banks is doing, she's engaging in ongoing operation of her communication device, especially as I'm capturing the state's fake sun as she is driving on Hope Boulevard from, I believe, Fern. And she is maintaining operation of that communication device while I'm being molested with directed light. That's going to be her prosecution. That's a third party whom I know. You're talking about exceedingly violent sex offenders. 8VCW645 is monitoring with Tracy Banks, who was sexually violating me in concert with this demon with license 8VCW645. All together engaging in interstate stalking on behalf of the state. That is why a fake sun remains over me. All right? Demon possessed stalking. 8TNZ684, 7AEN461, and the state's fake sun is back over the B&G Plaza again. I am not even at this portion of the street. I remain at Emporia Place and the Gator Glass, which is at Holton Vine, and I'm showing you that while I'm also documenting the demons of the Ontario Police Department, reiterating what is the grounds for understanding disbanding such actors who are a threat to the public, who are engaging in what is demonic criminal activity with the people of the state, while they are also monitoring your documentation, okay? Tracy Banks monitoring with the fake sun, under the fake sun with the use of sirens by the state, 4WN432, with the City of Ontario, or who is this? All right, that's how a psychopath such as Tracy Banks, a demon who I know by name, engages in that communication of hostility. Not saying a word. The state will sound sirens. The state will fly over me by helicopter. You have demons that will surround with directed light, such as Omnitrans, engaging and monitoring together. That's how Tracy Banks communicates. That's a demon. Understand? That's how you're communicating hostility as an entity. And that's a dangerous psychopath that I'm going to prosecute, also engaged in multiple acts of kidnapping with the same entity. That's exactly what she's been doing. All right, engaging in criminal summoning, acting with the entity just like she is under the fake sun, while Omnitrans creates light activity, while the fire department creates sirens. All right, a dangerous psychopath. License 1435969. License plate, monitoring, remaining in relevant position, while all that P.O.C. was underway, monitoring with Omnitrans just like she's monitoring with Tracy Banks. While the state sound sirens, molest me with directed light, 8VCW 645. That demon did nothing but drive, which is crossing path, while I'm at the in front of Beauty Salon, Esther's Beauty Salon, Suite 400 at B&G Plaza. She's crossing paths. She's tracking my movement as I'm walking at the Shirley's Liquor. Directed light the entire time. That's Satan in operation. That's why directed light is trailing behind. This other demon is as well. This African-American male who crosses path while I'm documenting that demon. ATNZ 684 while the state sound sirens. Want to document them? They're loitering at the B&G Plaza under the fake sun. 8XTU 672. And it's currently 10:38 a.m. where the state's fake sun is remaining at the B&G Plaza. And I captured that on video. And what I'm speaking to on video is you're looking at the same demonic activity, the same conduct of psychopaths who are entirely focused on me. They're stalking. They're engaged in interstate stalking. They are demons that are engaging in an obsession. And that is shared by the government, a government that is obsessed in stalking and doing so in the incredible manner of use of helicopter. That's literally what they're doing. And so you're talking about that level of obsession by the government, that's called terrorism. Consumed with Erica Lorraine Spencer, obsessed with Erica Lorraine Spencer, stalking obsessively Erica Lorraine Spencer. And this demon, license plate, that psychopath doesn't even have a license plate. That's how scared he is. Satan is pathetic. You're not gauging what is macho and what is gangster by the loud sound of a vehicle in California. Those are demons who are stalking someone under a fake sun. That's not gangster at all. Understand that. And driving by with no license plates on your car, that's the picture of what is I'll use a nice word, of what is a punk, okay? But I would use other words if I wasn't publishing this on the internet. RUIZ 07, 5RDS 532, 7NCX 491, 8TRX 455, 7CAX 296, 8LTY 994, 7ZDZ 684, Grandma and Grandpa 6MZY 908. If they're not natural born citizens, you ship them out of the country. They're stalking. He's crossing paths by going to the trash can of the bus stop while his old geezer of a woman is sitting in the car under the fake sun and in directed light. 8FAJ 408, monitoring with that demon who's hiding his license plates with his loud vehicle. They're stalking in the path. All right, it is currently 10:40 a.m. And what I showed in that video that I just captured is the presence of the state's fake sun over me at the B&G Plaza and the absence of any light source, contrary to what I showed you on video while I'm at that area of the street, which is Vine and Hall, and the state's fake sun as I'm facing south central over my head, over the property of the Gator Glass, over the center of what is the Emporia Place Apartments, where it remains. Where demons engaging in the same exact conduct, the signature of the demon-possessed stalker, knowledge of who I am, stalking altogether as an entity on behalf of the government, identifying themselves accordingly. Third parties, demons I'm identifying individually, demons I'm identifying by company names such as FedEx, UPS, the United States Postal Service. You have what is also Delta Airlines hovering over me while that fake sun was over me at that intersection yesterday. That's the targeting conduct. And that is while directed light is ongoing. Molestation, that which is not even sunlight, not even occurring if that was the sun, which the entity doesn't have any argument. I've revealed that you are stalking with a fake sun in the state of California. And not only that, you helped by engaging in your asininity thinking that you're going to get away with it. And that's the revealing of what is directed light. All right, a method of sexual violence by absolute demon-possessed stalkers who all want to touch you while they're monitoring with communication devices. License 8DCG 911, PFW 269J, 5ZBD 752, 6VPD 627, 7J1 6423, 6Z11 661, 7DJA 897. License 8KCK921, and it's 10:42 a.m. Those demons are stalking in the path at Holt and Sultana, where the state is using the traffic lights as a means of relevant positioning. all right? Meaning demons are building up in traffic while they're all standing under directed light monitoring with communication devices, loitering in the path. That's all the traffic lights are used as. The entity is using the traffic lights as a means of stalking with activity as well. The demons will be built up at the red light, and the moment they're waiting for me to make a move, the moment I make a move, then the light turns green. That's a simultaneous creation of activity. Everything with regard to the demonic pattern of conduct. All right. And the sex offenders, again, that are the people of the state. That is the public entity engaging in that ongoing pattern of conduct on a ceaseless basis. Absolutely conduct of psychopaths. Okay. And then that psychopath is at its core, that's Satan. 13692J1, 8YOE844, 1509108, vehicle 9122, City of Ontario. Again, showing and revealing that obsession of what are demon-possessed actors representing the municipality doing nothing but stalking. All right, you're not engaging in anything that is relevant other than with regard to the state's pattern of conduct. The state of California is stalking with a fake sun. That's terrorism that is underway, and you do not have any reasonable or actual legal argument with regard to why you are present in the path, monitoring and stalking with the government. CP33984 or 844, excuse me, CP33844. 7ZEE821, 7JXMO25, 3277. You can scratch that. I can't really see that. 8FED518. 6BFL 653. I don't know what that is. It's a new brand. American Rentals 4SX2296, I believe. Can't really see that one. SoCal Edison, crossing path a lot. 5608 9G1. I'll make sure they get credit for that. 8P53127. Emmanuel Appliances, 8GKJ045. It's 10:44 a.m. You are literally talking about understanding how any American citizen can prosecute, because even in the video that I'm showing you while I'm at Shiro's Liquor and it's hovering over the edge and the state flies over me by helicopter, for me to go backwards, which is West on Hope Boulevard, 8NQ7296, I believe. Can't really see that. U.S.P.S. Their issues are plain. And their prosecution is sure, and that's going to be the unprecedented ground of prosecuting the government, which the United States Postal Service represents. They're sex offenders, 7R91759, and their secret has been that they have been monitoring American citizens, since way back in the day. This is a system that I'm revealing now, okay? But this is ongoing, and it's not new. You're talking about somebody that is documenting what has a history of ongoing in the United States Postal Service is a government agency systematically monitoring American citizens and doing so in your face. Okay? Satan wearing nothing but a male uniform. And this monitoring system is nothing normal. It's entirely demonic. 7NCL513. It is 10:45 a.m. All right, capturing on video what is the ongoing targeting by the people of the state using their company vehicles. This is Amazon Prime. I'm showing you stalking me where it is that I'm sleeping. Amazon Prime stalking in their vehicles wherever it is that I am walking to, either in vehicle or on foot. Amazon Prime, wherever it is that I remain, Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime flying over my head, all of which are occurring while directed light is ongoing. And directed light is absolutely abnormal and impossible light activity, revealing what is the demon possession of companies, owners, employees, operators of Amazon Prime who are monitoring American citizens. All right. In doing so while monitoring the documentation. So that is also not only revealing what is absolutely unbalanced about understand the name Amazon Prime is nothing but a means of identity. All right. Identifying the demons behind that company name is a matter of federal prosecution. So that's why I refer to it as Amazon Prime. You're talking about what is not only revealing the pattern of conduct by an unbalanced actor, Amazon Prime, monitoring American citizens, but you're also, by virtue of engagement in that pattern of conduct while you're monitoring the documentation, bell cab crossing path, you are understanding also their true stance, their true posture towards your constitutional rights, towards you as a human being, while they're monitoring you and also out here trying to make a buck and taking your money while they're monitoring you, sexually violating you, terrorizing you, engaging in kidnapping you, criminal facilitation of that. That's the entity. That's the ongoing reality as I capture Amazon Prime hovering over my head while the fake sun is hovering over my head, flying next to that which is not the sun. And if it actually was the sun, that plane would blow up. It would set on fire. All right. And that is also comparable to what Amazon Prime was doing while I'm in the parking lot of the Ontario Village Shopping Center. And you have the same central presence over my head with the hovering fake sun and the hovering conduct of the Amazon Prime, representing the people of the state and how they are stalking in incredible manners which are entirely demonic, prosecuted as terrorism. CPZ 6885 Arizona. All right, and that's the ongoing P.O.C, and that is the irreducible aspect of understanding what is the prosecution of the totality of an entity that is engaging in what is I refer to as commercial stalking. You got businesses, they're engaging in systematic monitoring, all right, and they are entirely focused on someone else that they are stalking with the government and outwardly appearing as though they are focused on conducting a business while the elements are underway. And guess what supersedes where the pattern of conduct is established? The elements supersede. The pattern of conduct is what is underway, and demons don't have in any form. Meaning, you can say whatever you want. You don't have any legal argument for monitoring, facilitating monitoring by the government, which is conduct that is threatening the life of an American citizen that you are intentionally monitoring. Because understand what I have also revealed, you're dealing with demons. You're not dealing with natural, normal beings. You're dealing with demons, dangerous psychopaths, threat to the public, in positions of the United States Postal Service, okay? Driving westbound on Hope Boulevard, reaching all the way across just to touch me while they're stalking me, okay? While they're listening to every syllable, okay? And talking about what is demons in the position of law enforcement, demons in the position of paramedics and ambulance, demons in the position of the fire department, stalking me all together, one entity, okay? That is what's going to be dealt with regard to federal policy and federal prosecution. And it's 10:50 a.m. State's fake sun remains over the B&G Plaza, 5 VVP 461. Alrighty, it's currently 10:51 a.m. BU36OB3, I believe that's paper. 8SEF 510 6AYH 662 5X 21997. $80385Y1 39777M2, and it's 10:52 a.m. License 7LRH252, molesting with direct light, 02815K2, 8LQG876, 5FIG804, 5CJ 7257, 8BLV685, 5ATT246, BD28SO4, the demon getting in that vehicle, engaging in surveillance, stalking on the sidewalk, 422-1603, 16D3, 8YXL579. And again, BD28SO4, he's engaging in monitoring while I'm being molested with directed light. That's what stalking on the sidewalk standing next to me is, in the same way sitting next to me on the bus bench, which this other demon is doing as well. 6EXT105, 7TXV821, 5TTF231. 8BKV713, 6ZXY511, 8KSD380, ILUV Heart JN, 7B88329, and it's 10:54 a.m. Oops. 7CZT625, All Pro. Directed light, substantial directed light. United Rentals crossing path again with Nevada plates 264L29. 8YJ4056. Oh. Oh, it's 10:55 a.m. 25674F1. That's the state sounding its fire department sirens as I'm in operation of my phone. Monitoring with the fire department, 8WGS 896, 5FYA 489, 8UKR 411, 5FUW 491, 8DOW 501, 7HAE 112, 8FOV 515, 8LOE 797, 5Y2 7629, 7XOL 975, 7LGW 156, 8SAX 462, 7KR P.O.53, 5FYA 419, 7CIP 206, 8EAA 166, Omnitrans bus number 1326, crossing path going westbound in the same exact directed light under the fake sun, G326BO. And it's currently 10:56 a.m. Union Pacific is crossing path in a truck. License plate 7TLA999. License plate 8VVG491. I believe that's a Dodge. 8R56195. And it's currently 10:57 a.m. Okay, and this demon at 10:57 a.m. loitering in relevant position while ongoing molestation is underway, while the fake sun remains stationary over me, while demons are patrolling all around, and the state that you hear sounding fire truck sirens with simultaneity to what I'm doing on a communication device. This demon is also an operation of a communication device in that unnatural environment. Okay, that's the systematic monitoring, and that is a psychopath that is stalking you, looking like they're consumed with something else, but they're looking like they're engaging in what is federal stalking. All right, that's the conduct right in front of your face, and I did capture that demon's image. Stalking with the entity that is paying very close attention to everything that I'm doing, and stalking with what is literally impossible light activity, all of which is occurring under the fake sun that remains over the B&G Plaza, which doesn't coexist with remaining over the American Inn on December 31st, 2021. 8P72682, including the Ontario Fire Department, which that demon is monitoring with. Vehicle 1870 going westbound right now. 8FMO73, substantially similar. XLS 5961, and the demons of the United States Postal Service, vehicle 7202196, stalking together. It is currently 10:58 a.m. 8FFD 876, DocuTrust 45405X1. All right, and you also understand this is the same conduct Tracy Banks engages in while I document her, while the fake sun remains over me, 6LMV700. Demons demonstrating hostility together. While the Ontario Police Department drives by, I capture this demon's image. Okay, that's what they're engaging in. License plate 1435969, Omnitrans crossing path in a utility truck. 2127T2. 8PGN 526, 4Z. Hold on. 4ZXK475, BM 507Y1, I believe. That's a paper plate. 6BGE 094, 7UTW 085, 20327T2, I believe. 7JKS 110. And so as I captured the images of this psychopath, this demon-possessed stalker who's sitting on the bus bench next to me under the fake sun, and while directed light is molesting my person, you have what is the satanic engagement and what is the routine conduct of trying to show hostility by virtue of engaging in the P.O.C. by the demon-possessed agency, the Ontario Police Department, who conspicuously stalk in the path on Holt Boulevard. Under the fake sun that is not over what is the Gator Glass over the or the Emporia. That's how you know that they are focused on me and the ongoing stalking by police. That's why they're going to federal prison, also because they're kidnappers. 6UNV174, who are stalking, trying to conceal the fact that they're sex offending, group stalking stalkers. And so you have the Ontario Police crossing path as I'm identifying this demon by image. And the United States Postal Service with their hazards while the Ontario Police drive in front of me. That's a communication of the entity together threatening. In the same way as I document the demon that is Tracy Banks, she drives off under the fake sun in directed light while the state is crossing path and sounding sirens of the Ontario Fire Department and Omnitrans, creating light activity right in front of me, 8BHA694. That's the conduct of psychopaths. This is how Satan is seeking to try to attack as one. All right, you're going to also attack with the federal prosecution, all of that entity together that engages in stalking and monitoring and threatening together. That's the pathetic conduct that the Ontario Police Department yet again engages in. Doing so on behalf of this meeting that I'm going to prosecute. All right, on the cameras of the B&G Plaza surveillance cameras, on cameras of the Omnitrans, on what is more than one method of documenting such demons who are monitoring and stalking, a brown-faced demon, if you will, monitoring with the law enforcement, not being targeted by their race. They're demons that are monitoring together, creating a false narrative in the natural to distract people who are ignorant to what the government is doing. 8PYW464, 5YNU465, 7DFS588. And that's exactly why you're going to prosecute. And that's how you're going to understand the structure of that prosecution. 8DXJ784, 6084-9G2, 1511629, City of Ontario, 7Z60290, 8RNT876, 5RLV311, 6B 49853, 9063RG2, WP88, I can't really see the rest of them, SOCRCPA, 7XV, I can't really see that one, just scratch that, 7WGH446. Alrighty, and again, the it's 11:02 a.m. 7FEB 772, and the state's keeping its fake sun over the B&G Plaza. Okay, and it's, I'm gonna close this is Gorham, California 0174375, terrorizing with directed light, 7HUZ199, monitoring together, C9823P, an out-of-state license plate. All right, capturing another image of this demon aiming its communication device toward me. He's monitoring while the state engages in the ongoing elements of monitoring together. All right, and engaging in communicating a threat. I'll prosecute this demon for engaging in that threatening conduct with the police and the United States Postal Service. This is pathetic conduct by Satan. Okay, I'm just breaking it down for you in the ways in which demonic activity is underway, and I'm translating it for you. He's under a fake sun and directed light, amplified audible activity, and ongoing molestation with directed light, and positioning himself and maintaining a communication device on my person. 8VFY129. These are the same demons that chase into the bathroom. All right, and men, demon-possessed men do the same thing, going into the men's restroom in relevant position, monitoring with the demons that fill the venue and all outside of the venue, all of them in directed light. This is the sexual violence by the government. Absolute psychopaths stalking together. 8RQB167, then engaging in their agenda of engaging in sexual violence together. Omnitrans at 11:03 a.m. This is P.O.C. 7S96214, molesting me with directed light and also driving next to the bus with hazard lights on. While this bus is stopped at the intersection of Campus and Hope Boulevard, and this is the state's fake sun that's right over the, that would be the Kegel's appliances. The state is molesting me while demons are driving west on Hope Boulevard, and that demon is monitoring as well, molesting me while I'm uploading my podcast right now. It is 11:07 a.m. And this is, again, I documented on video, the demon that's driving this bus is engaging in federal stalking, monitoring with the people of the state, engaging in an ongoing sexual offense as well while I'm being molested while sitting on the bus. The state's fake sun is remaining in the window of the bus that is also going eastbound on Hope Boulevard. And yesterday at this time, I remain at Holt and Vine Avenue, okay? Remember that. That's not only audible activity, that's Satan that wants to drown out my audible activity. I'm sorry, my audible, well, it is audible activity, but my podcast information, which I'm reminding you about. I remained at Emporia Place yesterday, 7JXM025. While this sex offender, she is an olive-skinned female with a colorful face mask on, molesting me with directed light while she approaches at the B&G Plaza under the fake sun that's present, in direct conflict with remaining over Emporia Place yesterday at Holt and Vine, and molesting. So you're understanding, not only is that not the sun, this is the state following with a fake sun. That's also not sunlight, and that's the intentional, you're understanding that, the intentional molestation with directed light, all right, which I've already shown you. 7SDB501, I'm showing you that over and over again as you're understanding. You're stalking with a fake sun, 7JXM025 is crossing the path, going on to Virginia at Holt Boulevard, and then going out of your way to touch while you are engaged in federal stalking, doing so as a company, okay? This is bus number 1268. We are currently 61972M2, 22P23. Oh, I can't see the rest of the plate on that. LZUINLR 8U66295. And it is currently 11:08 a.m. So while the state is keeping its fake sun over me at Emporia Place yesterday, as I showed you in video after video, while the demons of the Ontario Police Department are over here at B&G Plaza crossing path where the fake sun is over me today, at the same time yesterday, you're understanding what is stalking in that deliberately maintained environment and communicating a terrorizing threat while you are showing the fact that you are a demon-possessed stalker in the position of the government. That's the police, the same ones engaging in theft of property, engaging in repeated acts of kidnapping, and communicating an intentionally terrorizing threat with the demon who I captured in images stalking at the bus stop. BM89U7L paper, 7LTA385, 22P3458, that's the loud motorcycle, at Grove and Hope Boulevard, using that same means to drown out my podcast information, where I'm reminding you I remain at Emporia Place. There are demons that are stalking together. All right, so it is currently 11:09 a.m. and I will be documenting this demon who's driving this bus, monitoring with the demons whom I'm identifying by license plate, including 8JTB488, monitoring with minions, underage minions in that vehicle, 6RTC066, 8RXL815, 8PDT175, 40286R1, 7DTU639, 7SZB501, all of them molesting together. 8CEH892, 4DIF486. And while 7SZB511 drives on the driver's side of the vehicle, the state's fake sun is on the passenger side. You're talking about directed light beaming onto me, all right, while they're driving in the shade that's provided by the bus, while the fake sun is on the passenger side. All right, that's a sex offender touching while stalking. Okay, 6VMS671, 7L51871, I believe. Hello. Oh, sure. All right, employee number 3017, documented engaging in what is harassment, as she is sexually molesting me while she is stalking with the state, and the fake sun is over the bus. Also, while we are at this bus stop and you're looking at what is directed light, that is touching the roof of the bus while demons are driving by. 7JRS943 included, okay? You're talking about what is absolutely impossible light activity. That's the ongoing hallmark in that video that I capture, and I'm also showing you the fake sun. We're at the intersection of Holt and Euclid, the Pepper Tree Motel, the Capri Inn, Omnitrans bus 1234512, bus 1224, ready refresh, stalking at the intersection. Again, this is Grove and Holt Boulevard at 11 a.m. is where I'm capturing that video. And her audible activity is monitoring, and it's also that which is of a psychopath and a violent sex offender, molesting me and then showing hostility while you document that, and you're going to prosecute based on that too. Right? That's literally the psychopath. That's Satan. All right? You're talking about engaging in sexual violence and talking about I didn't give you permission. I didn't give you permission to touch me. What you understand the psychopath that's at work right there, all right? 11728X2, stalking with the state under the fake sun, directed light touching the roof of the bus, okay? Absolutely absurd. Patently out of their minds, okay? You're gonna prosecute the government for that. All right? Directed light on the bus, moving all around on the bus, creating activity with the demons that get on the bus, and they're doing so all under the fake sun. It is 11:13 a.m. 8BDC874, I believe. Yeah, 8BDC874. 7RWR815, and it's 11:13 a.m. So, right, so when you're dealing with what is an entity that is monitoring, you're dealing with what are demons. You're dealing with that which is abnormal, and you document and you pay never mind to the words of Satan. Except for the substance of that audible activity which is threatening your life while they're sexually violating you, and you prosecute for that. And Omnitrans has heavily been documented engaging in such conduct, revealing what are psychopaths. You're talking about what is threatening the life of another, and all of your audible activity is going to be used against you. You're talking about what is the ways in which you're going to deal with, as a matter of justice, such dangers to the public. Okay, while you're threatening my life, and then you're showing what that psychopath is saying, showing what they need as a matter of prescription upon prosecution. It is currently 11:14 a.m. State's fake sun over not 123 West Hope Boulevard, the other state facilitating venue of the United States Postal Service at on Hope Boulevard, adjacent to 1619 West Hope Concrete Protection. That United States Postal Service, that doesn't coexist. That's the state's fake sun moving east, and well before I still remained at Emporia Place yesterday. 8NDR296. And remember Remember, at this time, I'm just now having left American Inn on December 31st. I remain at the Bank of America at this time. The state was keeping a fake sun over my head while I'm documenting the same entity, demons, who are stalking in a parking lot while the fake sun remains over my head. At the Bank of America, which is adjacent to the American Inn, have not even reached Hope Boulevard, 8NDR296, 8HRF902, 7NHZ712. But not only that, the actual sun is not remaining over your head perfectly as you are walking down a street on specific streets as I'm showing you. While I'm in a vehicle or while I'm walking, as I make any turn left or right, the state's fake sun makes the exact same turn. But nonetheless, like I said, I hadn't even been on Hope Boulevard yet. The same thing with on January 1st, 2022. I remain inside of the vehicle, which I showed you in video, all right? And you're talking about what is the state stalking over me by helicopter while I'm at Shiro's Liquor today at around the same time. The state's fake sun is going in the opposite direction of Hope Boulevard from where I was. Impossible to coexist with remaining over the vehicle at 630 North Front on the 1st. Impossible to coexist with remaining over me while I'm on the 10 freeway at this time on the 2nd, okay? Showing you what is the state's fake sun at 11 o'clock in the morning in Upland at the Arco gas station at 11 o'clock, where this demon is here engaging in molesting me and then being hostile because I'm going to document and prosecute her for being a sex offender. All right, 8NDR296. All right, that's how absurd it is. License plate 7FDU289. But that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with Satan, who is entirely unbalanced. 75310L2, 8YRY287, 6ZPX. Entirely unbalanced. 4LD4903, which you get that from the pattern of conduct itself. 7079ND3. Demons patrolling onto the bus on surveillance camera. 7LUT232. 7BNY221. 8PCH952. 6XRS859. 8VWY271. Quicktoe 39747U2. 23662G3. And it's currently 11:17 a.m. Exactly what I mean. You're dealing with dangerous psychopaths. I mean, just out of their mind. 8CDS 909. Out of their mind. And you just listen to the audible activity. Sit back and document and get that audible activity. You're gonna run that tape back when you prosecute them. All right. You're talking about somebody that's in need of serious mental care while they're engaging in criminal conduct with knowledge of that fact, engaging in an ongoing malicious system that is no longer a secret. That's a dangerous psychopath. That's not insanity, all right? You're talking about malice, and you're going to prescribe accordingly. You're going to prescribe. All right, and let me remind you of the obvious. There is no vantage point. First of all, that ain't the sun, and second of all, how is light hitting all over the roof on the inside of the bus? Okay. While demons are driving by? Okay, that is the ongoing pattern of conduct. It is currently 11:18 a.m. All right, at Terminal 4, showing you what is the fake sun. 8WRG559, 5YTH213, 94595H3. That's the courtesy shuttle monitoring in relevant position, creating light activity. And the state's fake sun, as I showed you, moving in real time, keeping central presence over my head. Bell cab crossing path here, 36867J2, 00774M2. Just like they're crossing path at the B&G Plaza under the fake sun, and intentionally with knowledge of the fact that I'm documenting them, that's going toward their intent to engage in terrorism. All right, they're demons that know that they're being documented. All right, it's the same thing I'm documenting with regard to the United States Postal Service. It's exacerbated with regard to their prosecution while the Ontario Police Department engages in that, while the Fontana Police Department engages in that, while even the United States Postal Service engages in that, while Coca-Cola engages in that, while Ryder engages in that. All right, these are demons that know that you are documenting them. It's an ongoing system. All right, license plate. Let's see, 5V13124. That's an old crusty bag of bones stalking in a red pickup truck on the grounds of the Ontario airport in operation of a communication device. He doesn't even have any hair. He's balding, and he's stalking me. He needs to be concerned about his hairline. It's 11:22 a.m. 8GZR 456. Diligent Security Services stalking at the intersection 7SWZ 611. This is Airport Terminal, and this is Airport Drive that we're approaching. And license 7D25739. It's 11:22 a.m. and I did capture that video. The state's fake sent over me at the Ontario airport, and that is impossible with regard to. And again, let me remind you about the specific demon that I'm documenting, but the company overall: 6JQE812, 8JPE142, 8NTN441, employee number 3701, I believe. This is the one, the first time I recited it, I was looking at the signage, and I believe I also captured it on video, so that is the correct employee number that I have already documented. But I want to be clear, monitoring while the state's fixed and while I'm documenting this, and then you're going to remember that audible activity. That's the ongoing analysis of psychopaths and the government that is entirely illegitimate. It's 11:23 a.m. Alrighty, license plate CA00Y27, Bell Cab, vehicle number 1738, at the intersection of Archibald and U.S.C. The same one you see on video, stalking in the path. And it is currently 11:24 a.m. Directed light remains on the bus. All of the minions on this bus are monitoring together with the demons that are stalking all around in traffic, including 22646U1 Bell Cab, 8NTM441, 6SVT391. 7JXL079. We are now passing the 10 freeway on Archibald. Understand, on the second, where I am showing you on video going 10 eastbound on the 10 freeway. Okay, the state's fixed is remaining through the window as I'm on that, and I'm passing what is the Valley Boulevard exit and the Cherry Avenue exit on video. But the entirety of that route coming from 630 North Front, as I showed you, going to Upland at the Arco bus station, getting on the 10 freeway eastbound, the state is keeping its fake sun over me the whole entire time. We are now crossing over the bridge over the 10 freeway, and the state's fake sun is remaining over the bus. Okay, that's what I'm just showing you right now over the at the grounds of the Ontario airport, where I'm showing you the state is maintaining presence coming from B&G Plaza, where I'm showing you the state is maintaining presence as I'm showing you at 10 o'clock in the morning from 630 North Fern. All right, and this is just movement, stalking, remaining over me with a fake sun. All right, not relative to what would be the sun that's going to engage a substantially similar placement on a daily basis. You're talking about what is a star, okay? You're talking about that which is a fake sun that's hovering and remaining over me, not remaining over the demon with license plate 5X12116. All right, as they go whichever direction, state's fake sun's not moving as they're moving. It's remaining over me. 8BJZ385. All right, 60YB182. And by virtue of engaging in molesting my person with that which is directed light, that's the intentional, sexually motivated, and demented conduct of third parties, such as this employee driving this bus, and then engaging in harassment while an American citizen is going to prosecute you for that demented conduct. Absolutely demented, conjured up in the pits of hell. All right, and now you're looking at it with your own eyes, and then you're listening to the audible activity with your own ears, witnessing what is a dangerous psychopath to be dealt with accordingly at prosecution. License 5SVT939, 5GCM135. And that is the reality of Satan. And let me be clear, that same psychopath in operation over the demon-possessed entity that is the Ontario Police Department, providing a wealth of documentation, what is the grounds for placing into federal prison for repeated acts of kidnapping, for theft of property, while you are stalking and monitoring an American citizen. All right, operating and exercising fictitious authority under the law while you're engaging in criminal conduct and facilitating criminal conduct with the people of the state. Okay, you're talking about disbanding such criminal establishments such as the Ontario Police Department, 8VJZ385, where federal group stalking is underway, and that is the P.O.C. That's why you have the REALTIME Police Department going way out of their way to stalk under the fake sun over me at the Emporia Place yesterday. That's why you have that. And that's exactly what it is, while a fake sun is over your head, while directed light, that which is not sunlight, is molesting and moving all over the place. Sunlight doesn't do that. right? It's 11:28 a.m. on Inland Empire Boulevard at Turner, where the state's fake sun is indeed in the window of the bus after having driven north on Archibald, just like I stated. And that's how you do that. And that's also not the sun. Who is this? Ontario Police Department crossing path. Vehicle 1001 at Inland Empire and Shelby Street. At, oh, by the way, 11:28 a.m. And that is the conduct of a psychopath that's listening to every word that I utter, by the way. KUC 129. 8WYH 609, I believe. LVL 120. $86639D3. FedEx is crossing path at Haven and Inland Empire at 11:29 a.m. LED 555. W0373. I believe that's a motorcycle that you hear in the background, stalking in the path. Ready refresh, crossing path again, 6 U.S.D 992. Ready refresh is stalking while I'm capturing that video of at Grove and Hope Boulevard. What you see, laser light, directed light on the roof of the bus, 7RBL 631. While traffic, which is, again, that's not traffic, those are demons crossing path, 8XFD 402. Where federal group stalking and monitoring is underway, there's a specific term of art for what the entity is doing. And it's specific with regard to ritualistic stalking, all right? An ongoing demonic formula is underway. That's not normal traffic. These aren't normal people. This is the demon possessed, and they are pacing all around. They are crossing path, 6YBZ 787. And while Ready Refresh was at Grove and Halt, they were monitoring while I am encountering a psychopath hostile to documentation as a sex offender, 8SKM522, and stalking with the government, 02157G3, 8XPG443. And Ready Refresh, understand this is nothing but a demon operating under a company name on behalf of the state. It knows exactly that I identified them and is engaging in crossing path intentionally, and doing so under the fake sun that's at the Inland Empire Boulevard and not anywhere over Emporia Place, 6VWR 868.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Posible. Favor cruzar la puerta trasera.
02157G3, 5VVV018. It's 11:32 a.m. This demon with the Metro vest on is stalking with activity. That's why he pressed stop. That's why he requested a stop. He's stalking with audible activity. And then he walks to the bus, which is crossing a path in front of the bus, and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's not a mistake. They're stalking with activity together. Anyway, it's 11:32 a.m. KFL 168. This is all audible activity under the fake sun that's right here over the bus. 8AKP040. They're demons that are in direct light and under a fake sun. And using the stop request as a means of stalking with audible activity. Alright, capturing 1134, the state's fake sun, indeed, 60JT726, I believe. And while activity is created on the bus in directed light under the fake sun on an Inland Empire Boulevard, which is well far from being over Emporia Place in Ontario, 8DMJ004, where the Ontario police are going out of their way, crossing paths as well, while they listen to me utter their name and the reality about their condition, their demons, and their psychopaths, right? And their stalkers, as exactly how they've been documented in their raw form, and what is wrong with them and what they are doing and what should be done as a matter of justice, what's going to be done. So the state's fake sun at the intersection, we are now approaching Milliken, and as this bus driver is a demon, is helping other demons get off, they're creating activity while they're doing so under a fake sun, and directed light is radiating, flashing on the bus. This is documentation of terrorism. 8UJG800. Alrighty, just like you saw at Grove and Hope Boulevard, flashing light, directed light, moving across the roof of the bus, while a psychopath stalker is talking about, oh, I didn't give you permission and I didn't give you permission to touch me, which is what you're doing while you're stalking with light, a demon. Okay, it is currently 11:35 a.m. and I did capture that video. 8663933, I believe. That's a pickup truck. That's a Jeep.
Ontario Mills, service by
8HJB449.
61, 81, 82.
AGA017, I believe. That's Arizona plate, stalking in the path at Westcom on the Ontario Mills Park property. This is where we're at right now. 6M. I can't really see that one. BF35E31 paper. Air Suites 8CBH494. Crossing path in one of their shuttle vehicles, 02157G3, 8SDK902, 8SKM522, RMC766. It's currently 11:36 a.m. 7MSK936. 7DXL724. JB Hunt crossing path. They're on Milliken, stalking in the path. 8PMC786. In case I didn't read that one correctly, they're stalking at the McDonald's of the Ontario Mills. 29681U1. UOD682. BF31D17 paper. 7TX Z284, 7YWR325, 8XVX573, I believe. You got demons in the parking lot as the bus is driving through the Ontario Mills and keeping their back to me, in operation of their communication devices, sitting in their vehicles, using them as light, and operation of their communication devices, stalking in the path. That's what they're doing. Ontario Mills is a venue altogether. This is P.O.C, but I'm also identifying demons by license plate as they cross path. But Ontario Mills, they're engaged, everybody that's working, everybody that's present there, and there are multiple means of documentation, and this is the pattern of conduct. That's why the fake sun is over the Ontario Mills, over the bus, while we're on the property of the Ontario Mills. 8PJT229. Let's see. BZCH. I can't really see that one. COXFAMM7GWE093. It's 11:38 a.m. Now on what is 4th Street, passing the AD Barber Studio, Famous Dave's at 11470. That's their address. I suppose 4th Street. What is this? BJ's Restaurant and Brew House, 11520. On 4th Street, Panera Bread. These are all facilitating venues. State's fake sun just streamlessly moving, remaining over me as we are crossing path with all of these venues, systematically monitoring and stalking with the state, by the state. OUGH65, 6WSP 693, 7GWEO93. I think I wrote that one already. At what is the intersection of 4th and Buffalo? It is currently 11:39 a.m. Alright, 8DOP332, 8NJL120. Monitoring at Costco. Crossing paths with the venue. BF26K. Trying to see the rest of them. That's a paper plate. This bus is Flores Trucking, US.3589057, California 581688, Wasco, California. They're stalking in the path, in directed light, moving directed light, under the fake sun that's at the intersection where the Chevron and the Albertos is at the 15 freeway exit. This is P.O.C. And then let me be clear, these are the trucks engaging in crossing state lines, that is interstate commerce, with the intent to place another under surveillance as the state of California operates the system which the people of the state engage in, and do so ceaselessly in the state, within the state of California. All right, that is again Flores Trucking. And by virtue of the pattern of conduct, that's also documenting what is a sex offender, all right, what is engaging in what is a terrorist. 7AKD 469, 8HZR 761. Flores Trucking and 8HZR 761 are under the fake sun that's directly over me, and they're in also directed light that is touching, reaching onto the bus while they are under a fake sun that's over me at this 50/50 the exchange. This is where the state's fake sun is, right here, and this plaza that includes the Arco, the bakers, and they're stalking under the fake sun in relevant position. Alrighty, the state's fake sun on the 31st remains over me while as I go from what is American Inn to the Bank of America parking lot to the Rite Aid, where I remain at 11:40 capturing video right now at this time, and I capture another video at 11:50 showing you what is the fake sun. 8XIU495. That's the 31st of December, 7E00548. All right, you have what is the state keeping its fake sun in the window of the bus on Route 61, while Flores Trucking is stalking in the path and engaging in terrorism while directed light coexists with that stalking presence on behalf of the government, a demon-possessed stalker identified by a company name. Monitoring with communication devices. 80375H2. May Trucking Company. Crossing path. It's 11:42 a.m.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, alright, thank you. Appreciate it.
This is crossing path while this demon gets on the bus. Loitering and activity creation while they get on the bus. And then they're doing the exact same patrolling conduct as they get on the bus and sit down. They're engaged in loitering in relevant position. It's the same exact analysis. The state is stalking by demons, all right? The state is engaging in demonic activity. The state is stalking by the people all around, okay? It is 11:43 a.m. and that's the ongoing application for the surveillance video on this bus, all right? While Omnitrans is engaging ongoing criminal conduct as they are running in transit line 8D30030. 7XMJ072, 6NMV926, which is essentially what all of the businesses in the state of California serve the criminal purposes of the public entity. All right, it's malicious in its entire rollout, malicious.
West Valley Detention Center.
Passing Barrington Avenue.
where the state's fake sun is passing over that state facilitating venue of West Valley Detention Center. And at this time yesterday, the Sheriff's Department going out of their way, as I mentioned, the fact that they are kidnappers, okay? The United States Postal Service kidnapping with the sheriff, with the Ontario Police Department, while they were engaged in the same stalking, speaking to a specific signature, a fake sun over me, directed light all over me, which is the ongoing pattern of conduct while this entity was engaged in kidnapping. And they were engaging in stalking on the roads and the highways under the same exact hallmarks, okay, at Etiwanda and San Bernardino Avenue right now at 11:44 a.m. At this time yesterday, the state's fake sun is remaining over me while I'm at Emporia Place. Okay, 8D30030. Emporia Place is the apartment complex that I was standing in front of while the Ontario Police Department, the San Bernardino Sheriff, the REALTIME Police Department, the United States Postal Service, Amazon Prime, all of the commercial and government actors, the City of Ontario, San Bernardino County, the entity all together, all right, sliced down for purposes of identifying the type of government actors, the commercial stalking, the demon-possessed entity, and all the ways in which it is stalking through the people, all right, directly and vicariously, are all under a fake sun, stalking me and molesting with directed light that remains in the City of Ontario. I'm in the City of Fontana right now, approaching Fontana, going what is on eastbound on San Bernardino Avenue. And you have 6XBW063, and you have the state remaining stationary over me, over the Emporia Place apartments at the intersection of Vine and Holt Boulevard in Ontario. Okay, and then from there, where do I go? I walk east on Holt Boulevard, and I go to the Ovid Family Community Library. You see the fake sun over 150 East Holt, just like you saw earlier this morning. Earlier than at the same, while at the same time, at that time where I'm showing you today, the fake sun over 150 East Holt. The fake sun was remaining over me as I was still at Gator Glass. Right? That's stalking with the fake sun. All right, and then I'm just reminding you about immediate history. The state's pattern of remaining over the Ovid Family Community Library, where I enter at, first of all, where I arrive before entrance, where I remain at the B&G Plaza early in the morning, or where I'm coming from the museum, walking to that venue and remaining hours before, and the state keeping a fake sun for the duration of the day. That documentation continues to exist. What the state was doing in the city of Upland, where I was coming from Ontario, and the state is following with a fake sun, remaining in the window of the vehicle driving north of Euclid Avenue, or whatever route she would take to get to Euclid Avenue at the Upland Public Library, and the state was keeping its fake sun. Let me be clear, if that was the actual sun that was over the Upland Public Library, I'm not going to capture it over my head in the city of Ontario, let alone remaining over in the city of Ontario at 630 North Front over the car. That was not the actual sun over Upland Public Library. This is the ongoing pattern. All right, you're talking about the state keeping a fake sun in the window of Route 61. The state keeps a fake sun in the window of Route 66. All right, that is not mutually occurring at the same time. You're talking about maintaining presence, first of all, at such a low elevation. Second of all, aiming directed light onto the bus. That ongoing impossible light activity coexists with that. But you're talking about what is not maintaining presence in the vehicles. So all the buses at all the times of day, or just coincidentally when I get on the bus, the state's fake, the sun is aiming through the window street by street. Literally look at a map of the bus route, and the state's keeping a light source in the window over me. That's how I'm able to capture the fake sun at the Ontario airport while she's driving both east and west. And then when we drive north of Archibald Avenue, it is remaining in the window of the bus. Advancing, in other words, north over the bus, keeping in perfect alignment. That is not the actual sun. That's the pattern of stalking in the path with light. And it's demonic. All right, and the people of the state, including companies such as Omnitrans, are directly engaging in that ongoing system. Right, they are cooperating with it. All right, and they're being documented with the state as it's being prosecuted. It's currently 11:48 a.m. J2 and Sugar Creek trucking, all of them molesting with directed light. 8BSE 565 is also engaging in that sexual molestation. They're sitting in relevant position at Cherry and San Bernardino Avenue while I'm being molested with directed light because the entity is trying to obstruct uploading my podcast at 11:49 a.m. which, by the way, 19149K2. By the way, at this time, 11:50 a.m. 91145G1 at 11:50 a.m. I remain at the Ontario Village Shopping Center, as I've shown on more than one occasion, and the state kept its fake sun over that location in Ontario. And the state's fake sun is over me at San Bernardino Avenue as demons are molesting with directed light while they're monitoring communication devices as I'm uploading my podcast to the internet. It's 11:50. All right, just capturing video, so you can see at the intersection of Live Oak Avenue and San Bernardino Avenue, where I am showing what is the fake sun, and also while I'm speaking to what is molestation. Like I said, I've already shown the pattern of conduct, and that is indeed what this entity is doing, and that's exactly what this bus driver was doing. And it is the identification, first of all, of what is a demon. All right, and also what is a sex offender by virtue of that demonic activity that they are doing for a criminal purpose, and it is interstate stalking monitoring with communication devices. And that is why the state's fake sun is in perfect alignment with me while I'm on the bus on San Bernardino Avenue in the city of Fontana, and I use a specific time of 11:50 a.m. just to illustrate what is not the sun at the same time, no matter where I am, maintaining central presence. And today I'm in the city of Fontana. You're talking about what I'm documenting at 11:50 a.m. when I remain in the city of Ontario. And I've also documented the state keeping this fake sun over me on a ongoing basis. 8V DR 549, I believe, at Hemlock in San Bernardino Avenue. All right, so it is 11:52 a.m. and this is the demon in operation of a communication device on the bus, on surveillance cameras, indirect light, and under the fake sun. It's exactly what Tracy Banks was doing. They're monitoring 71260J3. It's 11:52 a.m. P.O.C. 8SVE512, 6KQB292, 7DEW893, stalking at the intersection of San Bernardino Avenue, Elm Avenue / Fontana Avenue while I'm uploading my podcast. Literally, and then, again, this is employee number 3017. I want to make sure I said that correctly. Stalking in traffic. All right, and the moment that I finish uploading, the light immediately turns green. That's for crossing a path, and they are literally waiting, monitoring, that is loitering in the path while I'm in operation of my phone, uploading my podcast onto the internet. And the state's fake sun is directly over me. This is how you're understanding what is the ongoing pattern of conduct of stalking and doing it corporately while they are monitoring on communication devices. And these are demons, understand, hands on, well, a lot of times they are studying their communication devices. But like I said, demons that are doing so, they don't have to be looking at a phone. This is demonic. All right, this is absolutely a demented conduct, and this demonic activity is centered on the use of technology, ongoing knowledge, which is demonstrated by their objective conduct that they engage in, knowing what I'm doing on the internet. You'll have a demon, just like now, walking past me, which is called crossing path, under the fake sun and indirect light, as I'm engaged in operation on my phone. All right, and he does not have to be holding a phone. You're dealing with Satan, and this, understand this demonic system, they already know what you're doing on an internet, on the phone. All right, and seeking to control your operation of it. These are demons that are surrounding, and it is premised on operations of cell phones, internet connectivity. It's entirely, and that is prosecuted as what is interstate stalking. They are centered on using technology while they are stalking together as the government vicariously on behalf of the state. Okay, so like I said, it's 11:57 a.m. and those are demons that were stalking at that intersection and doing so through the outward form of what is sitting in traffic. All right, using traffic as a means of stalking the path. 9F34738. The state engaging in ongoing aiming of directed light onto the bus. It's currently 11:57 a.m. 8P10243 directed light in the city of Fontana on the bus while I'm in the city of Fontana, remaining in the window of the bus that is in Fontana on San Bernardino Avenue. Passing right now, Tokay, Tokay. All right, passing, what is that? Shiramoya. Right now we're at Citrus and San Bernardino Avenue. Alrighty, license plate 3845083 MBA5AB Arizona. It's 11:58 a.m. 7CKB940 San Bernardino Avenue and Cypress is where I captured this image of the state's fake sun right over the window. The demon in the light blue shirt, he's crossing paths on the bus. It's 5HZA984, just like the rest of them, but this is just an example. Stalking with simultaneity to what I'm doing on the phone, crossing path by just switching seats on the bus. And you're looking at what's behind them. The fake sun is right above me in alignment with where I'm sitting on the bus, all right? And doing so. And that is at 12 p.m. that I captured that image. The state's fake sun is remaining over me while I am walking at what is on Hope Boulevard, having left Emporia Place, showing you what is the state keeping its fake sun. In the moment that I move, then the fake sun moves, keeping in alignment with me. Or I'm showing you the fake sun over the Hope Boulevard, 123 West Hope Boulevard, United States Post Office. I'm showing you the fake sun as I then arrive at the T-Mobile at the intersection of 101 North Euclid Avenue. And then as I arrive at the Open Family Community Library. And the state's fake sun is remaining over me as I capture images of those demons right here on the bus next to me under the fake sun that is not in the city of Ontario. Over that intersection over Hope Boulevard, it's over me while I'm in the city of Fontana on San Bernardino Avenue now on Juniper. And Fontana Police Department crossing paths. After I capture those images, I just want to document that it's 12:02 p.m. State's fake sun in step at 12:02 at Mallory Drive and Juniper. P.O.C. You have demons dropping stuff on the ground in order to stalk with audible activity. This is the demon on wearing the black hat behind me, and I'm referencing the camera. That's the ongoing terrorism by demons who stalk with noise and engineered light. Okay, psychopaths. 8MSZ 037, 7FPH 709, 21983Z2, excuse me, 21983Z2. It's 12:02 p.m. 5GJM363. PGP262, molesting with directed light while I'm on the bus. 8NMJ145, 5JXA008. Let's see. 43336G3. And at the intersection of Sierra and I'm gonna say Marigold. Yeah. 8BHB 449. Sitting around a whole bunch of demon-possessed stalkers, a bunch of psychopaths. 8RGV 658, and they fill the bus. All right, directed light fills the bus while they're all monitoring, stalking together. All right, and this is Satan operating over an entire people while they're stalking and monitoring in violation of Title 18, and that's what I'm documenting. I'm going to prosecute for that. License plate B9A4C1A. That's Arizona. 5J. I think I read that one already. 7DNS 532, 6JGC 421, 8NMH 931, 5XFS 998, 5DGL 480. All of them touching with directed light. Okay. That's the identity of a stalker. And you're understanding Satan. That's absolutely demonic and impossible light activity. 7MGT 477, 7NQX 794, TIN TMN1, 93103P1. Let's see. 7XZD201, 5XGE608, 6VGK958. All of them sex offenders. Every single last one of them. Satan insists on touching while they're stalking and engaging in monitoring with communication devices. And this is why you have directed light. And this is also terrorism on a venue that is the bus. The sex offender that I documented, 5TYF652, 6MSV581, 8HNC756, engaging in terrorism while directed light is on the roof of the bus. That is never occurring when you're driving by. And also, that's not even the sun that they're over. That's at this time remaining in Ontario over the Emporia Place apartments, remaining over me as I'm at the Hope Boulevard car wash. All right? You're talking about what is absolutely just psychopath conduct. All right, license, it's 12:07 p.m. And license 6ZUN845 8JHW338. 6XJC736, passing the Dunkin' Donuts, American Tire Depot, 8SWL701 on Sierra Avenue in Fontana at 12:08 p.m. 8, I can't really see that one. VFH669, I think I read that one though. 8AC, oh, I can't see that one. You can scratch that.
Stop requested.
1070702, substantially similar. 5FUU759, 8LLX470, UPS 81728, and I can't see the rest of it, but that's UPS. Company readily identifiable 7VQP246, 8PGS813. And it's 12:08 p.m. 8AMT146. License plate 24414D3, that's traffic management. 8RYTO22, 8ATE223, SFPHIL3, 8JBU197, 1535547, 8CED321, 8WHA990 or 980. And this is Route 15, bus 1358, the license plate I read, 1535547. All right, and the state's fake send again, as I just captured on video at 12:09 approximately. The state's fake send is remaining directly over me, literally over the seat that I'm sitting on the bus that is driving north on Sierra Avenue in the city of Fontana. And at this time yesterday, I remain in the city of Ontario on Hope Boulevard. As I'm showing you the fake sun that's remaining over me while I'm at the Emporia Apartments on Hope Boulevard in Vine. As I go to the Hope Boulevard car wash at the intersection of Fern, and I'm pointing out to you that's the absence of any sun that could possibly be over the car, as I showed you on January 1st, 2021, where the state kept the fake sun. Again, at this time, I remain at that location. As I continue to walk what is east on Hope Boulevard, the state is remaining over my head, which is how I'm able to capture it. After this time, as I'm at the intersection at the T-Mobile of Holt and Euclid Avenue, as I'm at the intersection of Laurel and Holt Boulevard, where Rich's Second Jury and Loan is playing loud music while the fake sun is over me and while I'm facing the United States Postal Service office. All right, and while I have what is now the state's fake sun, as you're looking at it moving in real time north, while the vehicle is driving north, remaining over me where I'm sitting on the bus in the city of Fontana, okay? And while doing so, the demons of the Fontana Police Department crossing path. 7RIW210 is crossing path right after the Fontana Police Department. 7NO1441 crossing path after the Fontana Police Department, after the San Bernardino County Fire Department. Okay, they're all monitoring together and they're all listening to me document them together. This is the state's fake sun at the Fontana Metrolink train station. Metrolink engaged in the P.O.C. amplified audible activity at 12:13 p.m. Going, oh no, that's not even Metrolink. Let me show you this. Alrighty, I did capture what is video of Metrolink train tracks that are being used right now for the purposes of crossing path and creating substantial audible activity while demons surround under a fake sun in directed light, the pattern of conduct. And you're witnessing what are demons who are surrounding. All of them are stalking together. And it is the absence of normal society. They're all engaging in interstate stalking on behalf of the government. Who's placing a light source over my head in the state of California at Pacific Standard Time, by the way. So it's 12:16 Pacific Standard Time, which would be 2:16 Central Standard Time, which would be 3:16 Eastern Standard Time, while a fake sun is hovering over me in the city of Fontana, in direct conflict with remaining central over my head, that same central presence over my head in the city of Ontario. This train is a means of massive activity while all these demons surrounded. They're monitoring simultaneously with communication devices, and all they have to do is stand around and be present. You don't even have to hold out your phone. They're stalking on behalf of the state, and they're demons that are doing so. Absolutely demented psychopaths in a cartoon environment, using commercial planes and commercial trains, which I also capture in that video. If you pay attention in the distance, the state is stalking over in the sky space in a commercial airline plane and using trains. Both of those are facilities of interstate commerce. All right, you have the entity engaging in commercial stalking and stalking systematically through the demon-possessed entity that are the people of the state. And Omnitrans is engaging in that commercial stalking and facilitating that amongst the demon-possessed that are the people of the state as well. They're all demons together, and I'm showing you the identical environment that they are present in, not coincidentally, and doing so vicariously on behalf of that government. The fake sun remaining central over my head in the city of Fontana at the Fontana Metrolink train station, after I showed you it remained over my head from B&G Plaza. But not only that, from what is 630 North Friend, that remained as of 10 a.m., by the way. 8:30 in the morning yesterday, I was showing you while I'm at the Ontario Village Shopping Center. And I'm specifically on the side facing San Antonio. The state did not go over there with its fake sun today, which, by the way, going from there to being over 630 North Friend is no migration of any sun. All right, you're talking about what is stalking with light, and I didn't go over there. That's why the state's fake sun remains at 630 North Friend until after 10 o'clock in the morning, which I'm showing you on video while we are driving then onto G Street, which is east onto G Street. All right, and the state keeps its fake sun over me from the B&G Plaza to the Fontana Metrolink train station. You're understanding the use of what are commercial actors such as Omnitrans and the train. I want to document this one as well. Route 66, bus 2347, driven by an African-American male at what is 12:18 p.m. License plate 1545817. And And so what I captured on video is first of all, the terrorism by the people of the state. These are psychopaths. This is Satan in operation over a mass amount of people. They're identified for purposes of prosecution in a court, the people of the state of California. Okay? The government's not monitoring you by itself. The government is monitoring through what are the people of the state, engaging in an entire operation which is centered on technology, communication devices, which is in violation of Title 18, Section 2261A, subsections 1 and 2. Because while Union Pacific trains that are regularly engaging in interstate commerce by virtue of what they do crossing state lines, they do so with the intent to place another, that is American citizens, that is myself, under surveillance. That is inherently placing a threat to your life with an intent to injure and harass, okay? All of that is what I just documented on video, by the way, okay? While I'm being molested and accosted with directed light, while a fake sun is remaining over my head, while demons are surrounding, monitoring with communication devices, absolute psychopaths who are also monitoring the documentation with which I'm going to prosecute them, okay? So you want to be clear, Fontana Police, San Bernardino County San Bernardino County Fire Department, crossing paths while we are at the intersection of Orange Way and Sierra, while I'm showing you the fake sun that's driving northbound, while the demon-possessed driver, identified as Omnitrans, is driving north of Sierra Avenue in the city of Fontana. The demon-possessed agencies, the fire department, the police department, are stalking in the path. And under those impossible circumstances, speaking to what is their condition, demon possession, and what is their conduct, stalking, and doing so in concert with the people of the state. You're talking about what is absolute illegitimacy as government actors. You're talking about criminal conduct amongst the police, criminal conduct amongst the fire departments, who are monitoring documentation of the fact that they're engaging in what is creation and communication of a terrorizing threat, while those demon-possessed, obsessed stalkers, because that obsession is coming from what is their condition, which is demonic possession. It's entirely demonic. All right, and they are completely illegitimate while they are crossing paths under that direct evidence of stalking with a fake sun in the city of Fontana, and not possibly having any light source over 280 North Limit Apartments, which the actual sun is not even present over that. But this is cumulative documentation showing you what the state of California and the people of the state are doing, stalking with the fake sun so that they can keep you under surveillance 24 hours a day, including chasing you into the bathroom, where the Fontana Police Department are engaging in monitoring and surveilling me while my panties are down, while they want to cross path under the fake sun in traffic. They're stalking and surveilling in the same way, listening to every syllable, listening to me pull my panties down while I'm in the private space where they are engaging in that criminal and demented conduct, which is entirely demonic. And they, again, are engaged in kidnapping, and that is going to what is federal prison. All right, like I said, it is currently 12:21 p.m. State's fake sun at the Fontana Metro Link train station, and you're witnessing what is the commercial stalking conduct of the people of the state, Omnitrans, Union Pacific, commercial airline planes. All right, you're talking about the people of the state who are absolute psychopaths and are going to be prosecuted and shipped out of the country where they don't belong here, engaging in that criminal conduct with the government. You're shipping them out. All right, it's currently 12:21 p.m. P.O.C. Route 61, bus license plate 1302442. 8WOA 547. And it's 12:22 p.m. Route 14, bus 1312 is crossing path at 12:22 p.m. Driving south on Sierra Avenue. And what is this? Oh, Route 14, direct the light while they cross path in the shade. License plate 1420033, bus 1290. License 6DVZ445. License 8TYW984, 6SQT267, making a U-turn, directed light on the ground. While they do so, they're stalking with light. Everything that these demons do is centered on me, and the cartoon environment that they are in is also revealing that they're nothing but demons, absolute psychopaths, stalkers. U-Haul crossing path, AL 35770 Arizona, license 8JTG688, 7MY8380, 8LBC242, 86266C1, 8WZU076, 8SZP070, 7UEZ116. All right, and all those clowns drive by with directed light on the ground while they are under a fake sun that's now over the intersection of Sierra and Orangeway, which again does not coexist and is impossible to coexist with maintaining central presence over my head, hovering over me on Hope Boulevard, where I am walking yesterday, all right, 24 hours ago, and also as I am on the 1st, leaving American Inn, walking south on Euclid Avenue. AX17E51, where I'm documenting the demons of Amazon Prime, okay, surrounding me with around the perimeter with light activity while the fake sun remains over my head, and doing so as I utter their name, okay, stalking, hiding around corners, and then crossing path, and doing so molesting with directed light under the fake sun that remained in Ontario on Euclid Avenue at this time, 12:24 p.m. I still remain, and that's documented and published on the 1st of January 2022. All right, these demons are crossing path under that fake sun. All right, and again, this is Pacific Standard Time. Remember, this is not revealing only California. I'm prosecuting California. This is telling you what the rest of the country is doing. And let me be clear, where the rest of the country is doing this is not ordinary, not only because it's the government, but because it's demonic. So you're understanding what is demonic activity, which is relevant to your everyday life. Demons are surrounding and monitoring you, even if you don't know it. The people of the state of California, the people of the state in general, the government is monitoring. 5JML233, keeping American citizens under surveillance. License plate 8MXN933, 8RQE165, 6MJT199, 7ESP132, LORROLN, XBAX076, 8VSL024, 7M46805, 5JOR479. And you're talking about, again, what's relevant to Pacific Standard Time. And the actual sun is not remaining over one street in one city over one person, because that's what the state is doing with a fake sun to me as I'm documenting it. And because you are stalking with a fake sun, you are revealing what is the absence and the impossibility of the sun again. And you're understanding, because that's not the sun. So you're telling on everybody else what the heck is over them in the sky space, hovering over them. You see them on TV, on reality shows. You can see the shadow activity, the light activity. What's hovering over them? It's not the sun. They got light sources. The government is monitoring systematically and doing it with the demon possessed. It's a demonic system. 8VRU347, 7RFC609, doing the exact same thing that I'm showing you California is doing. And that's not the sun. All right. And again, that's not rocket science. You're talking about what is such an obsessive level of stalking that it was bound to surface by someone like myself who is keen to paying attention. All right. And it's not rocket science. All you got to do is break it down. Not only is that not sunlight, you don't even have the form. The state is keeping a fake sun over me on Hope Boulevard in Euclid in Ontario. So how is this the sun? And then you're talking about what's not even sunlight while you're driving by. Are you serious? You're talking about Satan that's revealing its own. All I had to do was document it and pay attention. Like, this could not possibly be the sun remaining over me all day long. What California doing, the rest is doing, the rest of the country is doing. 7 RFC609, 6 VWG154, 8J89956, 8 PZJ933, 8 EWD418, 7 NWS800, 7 BYR075, 8 RQD424, TAANAA, 6 XSG001, BM78637, 8 BXN398, 8 CAA950, 6 XLS004, 8 REF438, I believe, 6 TRD124, Omnitrans again, 1590825, 8 JBM480, 8696183, 92963K2. All of them demons alike. Doesn't matter what the demon is driving. It only matters when you prosecute that company for monitoring American citizens and terrorizing them. 99992N1. So you need to understand this about if you live in the United States, if you're an American citizen like myself, your country, it is not a Christian-based country. Your country is engaging in demonic targeting. All right, and doing so, it's demonic while the entity is engaging in the elements of that monitoring system. 8AMG234, 8YQX520, XGA358, Arizona. 4FJE783, 7TJW764. And not only that, you are understanding what is absolutely antithetical to the very Constitution that then our government leaders hold up and act as though they are beholden to while they're monitoring you. And guess what? They're doing it with the people of the state. It's an entirely malicious system. All right, license 79638R2, 7JHU436, 7RVZ784, 6WKW629, 8UNA46A, 7YEA613, 97165K2, 7W65040, 8ABP714, 8NRY330, 7JJK 739, 7ZYB 313, 7UVV 816, 8GDV 830. All right, and it is 12:28 p.m. And you're also understanding what is the state's engagement. Let me be clear: this is not limited to ordinary like business holders. For example, if you watch reality television, reality TV. I mean, they're doing that in California. They're doing it in, let's say. I mean, I don't mean to, but I just want to say because I have seen before reality TV shows. For example, those in the state of Georgia. And they're taping television shows, and they're doing so under hovering light sources. And I'm only using television because it's something that you can turn the TV on and you can look at it yourself. You can go on the internet, you can go on YouTube and look at it yourself. They are not under the sun, 6PLN 662, because it doesn't coexist with, yes, my documentation, because 7HMS 050 crossing path. Because if that's the actual sun, it's not possibly hovering over them. Oh, the state is keeping it over me all day long. The state's keeping it in alignment with me all day long. And there's only one sun, and that is how you are understanding, first of all, what is speaking to the rest of the country. And then it goes beyond that because that is relevant to the rest of the world. There's only one sun. What state of California is doing, the rest of the country is doing. And those celebrities, those TV stars, let me be clear, these are demon-possessed actors. All right, your demon possession is not something that you're demonstrating physically. You're demonstrating it through the environment. And that ongoing unspoken system is ceaselessly underway while Satan is creating TV shows under its fake sun and indirected light. And let me be clear, I have witnessed the same directed light under the same fake sun, hovering light sources over these reality stars while they're outside taping TV under some hovering light source while the state is keeping a fake sun over my head everywhere I go for the entire day. There's only one sun, one. And nobody seems to answer that question. There is no reality whereby you're talking about having a sun over the state of Florida on the opposite coast, where you are keeping a fake sun over me. And I also want to be clear, it's also not going to remain for the duration of the day. What California is literally making money on as a vacation state is also revealing the pattern of conduct of stalking with a fake sun in the state of California, systematically monitoring American citizens because the actual sun is not remaining in the state of California over the state of California. It is not the center of the universe, neither is the rest of the country. You're looking at what are hovering light sources. 8XLJ913. It is impossible to coexist. It is impossible. 1143883. And that is revealing what the rest of the country is engaging in. It ain't just California. Excuse my French. But I'm putting it that way because you need to understand this is revealing what the rest of them are doing. And they are psychopaths, 283YA. And that the more that I document the fact that these are demons, the more that their demon possession, the more that their demonic character is revealed. It literally is an admission of sorts. 8LJ8278, BU02F59, and that is revealed by directed light. It is revealed by being under a fake sun. This is a demonic environment. Stalking with light is entirely out of hell. That's what demons do. And this is what the government is doing. And this is what the people of the state are doing. And they are stalking with light while they are crossing path and light is coexisting. Absolutely impossible. Understand these are demons that are pacing all around. 6NIA 552. 8TDA 102, and California is literally letting you know and showing you, as I am publishing documentation, actually I am, but as they engage in their satanic system, they're providing the template for what the rest of the country is doing. Because that's not possibly the sun that's over you in whatever state that you're in. It's not the sun. The government is monitoring through the people of the state. 6UKP913. 5SPY192, and I have single-handedly revealed that to you because the government is stalking in the state of California over me, not just in California, because I'm not taking planes to Northern California. I remain in a single city on a single street many days, and the state is keeping a fake sun over me, and that is letting you know that that's not the sun that you're under in whatever state that you live in, whatever county that you're in. That's not the sun. There's only one. That's how exclusive it is. All right, and that is the pattern of conduct by the government, by the entity that's doing it with the people of the state. These are demons. They're not on opposite sides of the road. All right, you're not talking about police that are on the opposite side of what are citizens and get no. And understand what you don't see is demonic activities underway, and these are demons targeting specific actors. The context is that we're in the United States, so they're targeting American citizens. I am being targeted because I am not of that condition. This is spiritual. This is demonic. It's entirely demented. That's what directed light is revealing. That's what a fake sun is revealing. Okay? 5SPY192. 51495G2. BT66. U24. And that is what is revealing and necessarily so. It's important, it's vital about these law enforcement agencies, all right, about the sheriff's departments, all right, about the fire departments. There is no exception. You're talking about what is demonic activity that is permeated, all right, and this is not only in California. I'm only documenting in California because I'm in California. I was being monitored in Florida. I was being monitored in Georgia. I was being monitored in Arizona. I was being monitored in Nevada. All right. I was being monitored in West Virginia. I've been out of the state. I've also been out of the country. Okay. So you're talking about what is an ongoing ceaseless system, demonic system of targeting, and it is centered on communication devices. The government is placing American citizens under surveillance and doing it with blackface demons, 8XST250. It's not no Black Lives Matter. All right, Fontana PD license 1597033, monitoring with demons that are brown-faced, demon-possessed stalkers that are white-faced, demon-possessed stalkers that are black-faced, okay? It doesn't matter what your race is. They're demons that are monitoring and stalking together. APLV 967. It's currently 12:34 p.m. All right, capturing on video Fontana PD stalking in the path while I am being accosted, attacked, if you will, with that which is engineered light, serving their criminal purposes for surveillance, monitoring on communication devices. And the fake sun is right over me at Orange Way, 7JFS249. This is a heavy-set male with facial hair, mustache, and operation of a communication device while he's stalking. Amazon Prime going out of their way to communicate a terrorizing threat, being carried by Mile Logistics. Directed light, IL7449, I believe. That's the back license plate. That's a demon that knows that they're being identified. Stalking as an entity on behalf of the state under the fake sun at Orange Way and Sierra with the Fontana Police Department. All right, with the demons, 5ZCW537, and as you see in video, directed light, impossible light activity, 8PAN763, just like was occurring under the fake sun that remained in the city of Ontario on a specific street where I still remain at this time, and that does not coexist. In other words, you're talking about a hovering light source that the entity is stalking me with while they're molesting with impossible light, and that's why you see the stalk sex offender that is Omnitrans and video. African-American female driving this bus. License 1479125, bus 1307, route 19. That's an African-American female. She's got her hair up in a short little ponytail. She's a chicken head. And she's stalking. She's a demon-possessed chicken head. And she's sexually molesting me while she is stalking with the government. License 6DVZ445. And let me be clear, that's a demon-possessed, black-faced chicken head monitoring with law enforcement. It has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Understand that, okay? The same government that's telling you about COVID-19, the same demon-possessed entities that are the people of the state telling you about COVID-19. You better pay attention. 23597U2 claiming that they're dying, claiming that all of this is ongoing and that you need to go do this, you need to do this with your body, you need to do that, all right? I'm telling you, that's the same entity that is monitoring, keeping you under surveillance and telling you about diseases and sicknesses that they are claiming. The people of the state, demon-possessed entities lacking any legitimacy. The people of the state, demon-possessed stalkers monitoring you, placing you under surveillance, lacking any legitimacy. 6YGA616 ain't getting away. 7VWB719, 8XGK345, 7TPS700, 7JBH878. Many of those blackface, demon-possessed stalkers monitoring with law enforcement. Has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Nothing. It is currently 12:39. Sorry, dropping my nap. And that is P.O.C. It's 12:39 p.m. at Orange Way and Sierra Avenue, where the state's fake sun remains over me, while the demons of Fontana PD they're at the forefront of what is a prosecution. And when I'm speaking to the ways in which you're dealing with an illegitimate government, engaging in criminal conduct in that position, all right, that's what I'm speaking to. The rest of the demons acting commercially, they're the people of the state, third parties, and the ways in which a government is engaging in placing you under surveillance through companies, okay, monitoring you through companies, which is terrorism and sexual violence. That's exactly how you're going to prosecute the stalker, all right, that is operating as an entity that wants to stalk and then touch you on top of that, while they're monitoring the documentation that's revealing and tabulating the fact that they're sex offenders and stalkers. All right, it is 12:40 p.m. License 72005K2, 8HDK602, 7GWK795, 7S28373, 8BTK018, 7R30204, 8XHF9599411Y2, DGY485, 78MR825, 8KID006, 8KGG616, CA13H37 paper, 8DCU502, 6YYK520, 8JHN473, 7VMY204, 50951N1, 7YOF 578, 6MIG 402, 7FYB 113, 8FFH 257. All of those are demons. They're first of all crossing path under what is the fake sun remaining over me, including 30347F2. And all of them are demons also directed light as though it's like a laser, the shape of the vehicle appearing on the black asphalt. All right. And that's also, first of all, that's directed light. Second of all, you're talking about in their alternate universe, if you want to disregard common sense and logic and the documentation, which is not going to happen. Thank goodness for what is the law and common sense and reasoning in a federal court. You're talking about what is the light source that's remaining over me in the city of Ontario. This is under no circumstances like that's going to occur underneath the sun, let alone they don't even have the form of that actually being the sun while it's remaining over me on Holt Boulevard. 6ENK 911. All right, and that is speaking to what is the commercial stalker and sex offender that is Omnitrans 1479377. Bus number 1312. All right, it is currently 12:41 p.m. All right, 5EVE 434, 8GAU 128, 8XAY 358, 8TTG 664, 7WDA 198, 8HBR 645, 8ACZ 214, 7JBZ 704, 8DBZ 425, 59090H3, 8RBX 824, 6MQ, I can't remember. And Omnitrans stalking at the light the entire time while directed light is repeatedly crossing path. This is another chicken head. She's got a long weave on her head. All the minions on the bus are monitoring together while that directed light of fake sun is over me. Bus 1312. Same minion. Omnitrans. All right. Not only engaging in the P.O.C. is the pattern. Engaging in the P.O.C. is the criminal conduct. Understand, while the P.O.C. is underway, it enables all the other minions around that are also to be prosecuted for the same sex offender. Because while you're being molested, the other one that's in relevant position is monitoring to that molestation. They are sex offenders, one and the same. Engaging in that pattern of touching with directed light. 8CDS 692, 7YKJ 217, and it is currently 12:43 p.m. 8GSZ 613. Let's see. 4WIN 498. In and out crossing path in a vehicle. That's fine. I'll document them at their venues as well, where the state kept its fake sun again at 11:50, as I showed you in Rancho Cucamonga. In and out crossing path 7JXR 654, and that was in the parking lot of In and Out in Rancho Cucamonga, where I documented using 11:50 as a specific time. All right, just like I did at Rite Aid in Ontario. 1535603, as I also remained at the Ontario Village Shopping Center at 11:50. All right, and I'm showing you at the B&B Plaza what is not the sun, at the same time maintaining central presence over my head. Thus, in and out crossing path. License 08490B3, CB 682, I believe, handicap, 5DA8. SEF 228. 7KPH 462, I believe. 7YVB 773, 5VPE 507. All of them are demons obsessively engaged in stalking me, directed light trailing backwards toward me while they are driving south on Sierra Avenue. And also, you know, their obsession and their stalking connect and consumption with me because the fake sun is over me in the city of Fontana. All right. These demons are absent that fake sun while I'm in Ontario. It's not remaining over this intersection. The state's fake sun is over me at this intersection because this is where I am, and not, in other words, on Holt Boulevard at what is Laurel and then Euclid Avenue, and then arriving at the Ontario Ovid Family Community Library, where at 12:51 p.m. the state's fake sun is right over those apartments. Advancing from being over 150 East Holt in the afternoon, contrary to what I showed you this morning, 8W64150. But in conformity with stalking me as I come from the museum, 6RAC074, 7ZCU173, 8GQG954, 8BHY950, 7LZM114, 7AWP191, 7AWP191, 4LKY341, and it's currently 12:45 p.m. Omnitrans bus 2358 crossing path, license 1545806. Engaging in surveillance while they're engaging in what is driving a bus, and that is literally a demon doing that. Driving a bus, stalking somebody else. 8GFK333. This is revealing the puppets that are the people of the state and the government itself, all right, literally fools for Satan and revealing their unbalanced psychopath, a demon-possessed condition, which is also resulting in what is conduct of violent sex offenders while they engage in that obsessive conduct, wanting to touch, wanting to follow all around while they are under what is demon possession. All right, and that's the engagement by a government who is placing an American citizen under surveillance in an entirely demented fashion. All right, even though there is really no normal way to stalk as a group, as an entity, as a government. AGFK 333, 7HEV977, KNGSYDE 28065F1. These two fat-faced, triple-chin group stalkers, 7HEV977, are group stalking under the fake sun. 7ZGP503. License, let's see. And directed light while those hefty group stalkers cross paths. C401PO. Let me see. 28065F1 8237. I can't really see that one. 7NLY575. DD 79920. JFC 4587. Texas 47OTA. Handicap. 8PUG 517. 8ZGJ 650. 8FZQ. I can't really see the rest of them. License 7JPB454. 277JA. Handicap. 4XYK939. 8MWU193. 8KPN113, 8LQ, 87620Y2, that's Dr. Drip, detailing. It's 12:47 p.m. License plate, AWCX217, 6PEL509, 08199883. 8NZB174, 8NZB741, 7G38516, 8MVP592, yeah. License 6LHJ929. That's a demon that is stalking somebody else. There's nothing gangster about that. It's audible activity by a demon-possessed stalker. 8YIX704. Obsessed with me, okay? And oppressed by Satan, a puppet. 7EON141. 8RUD186. 28939V2. 874UN. 8MVA467. 46603E1, I believe. An Amazon Prime crossing path stalking on Valencia. It's 12:48 p.m. And that demon, that puppet, that is anti-gangster, the exact opposite of any sort of gangster with a loud car, which is audible activity while you're being a stalker, and doing so as a demon. I documented that license plate, 8JPE367. We'll test that gangster in federal court. 8WGF050, 5DJZ857, 8GWP253. It is showing Satan and all of its minions in the true pathetic form that they are. I don't care what company name that they're identified at. They're certainly not too big to be identified as what they are and what they are doing. And it is entirely despicable and demented and disgusting. It is disgusting. 6ZAA809, 44427Y2. And I want to be clear, that's exactly what Satan is. And so you're understanding what is Satan operating through a bunch of people. All right? GET 9688. BTP7433 Washington, 6KEZ691. All right, these demons. 8AWD313, this is the demon that drives by in the same way that this demon does right here. Both of them engaging in terror. This fat, overweight, she got about 4 or 5 demons on her. License 7URJ116, the same psychopath, while direct light moves across the metal box, they're stalking me together. I captured that on video, referencing it on video, 7R29486. All right, and this overweight demon driving the Suburban, fitting on both sides of her vehicle, stalking somebody. She can't even get the seatbelt over her gut. She's pathetic. 88WD313, wearing dark black glasses, monitoring with the Omnitrans, who is creating light activity at the bus stop in relevant position on what is Orange Way. License BT13F95, paper. Alrighty, and I'm describing Satan. Satan is working through this white-faced demon who was stalking and monitoring and harassing and terrorizing me, and that's why I'm describing her in her literal form. She's an overweight, despicable creature. She's disgusting. She's a puppet of Satan, and that's why her house can fit many, many demons. She's humongous, okay? And she's stalking me, and that's why I'm describing her in that raw form. 8RNZ494, 85JOM558, 8M38539. 8YGY093, all of them touching and molesting under direct light. They're demons. 35734W1. Yeah, license plate, Fontana PD 1407457, monitoring with Omnitrans, the same exact P.O.C, same exact fake sun. Omnitrans engaging in surveillance, standing in the field under the fake sun, an old white man with his phone out while direct lights moving all over across the place. They're monitoring on their communication devices. It's at 12:55 p.m. Alrighty, third-party facilitating venue, Village at Sierra. The state aiming directed light across the staircase. Absolutely impossible light activity. That's Village at Sierra is right behind me while these demons are crossing path in traffic. While the Omnitrans is engaging in surveillance, loitering at the Fontana Metrolink train station. They're stalking on behalf of the state. They don't have any form with regard to that. That is surveillance and loitering in relevant position, engaging in activity creation. 1535618 under the fake sun that's over me. And directed light that's being aimed onto the property. 8684, the Village at Sierra, is a third-party facilitating venue. AT&T is crossing path 8999 2V2. And the state kept its fake sun over me as I captured video at 12:50 p.m. That goes into what is 12:51 p.m. And the state's keeping its fake sun after having remained over me all the way as I'm remaining on Hope Boulevard in Ontario, nowhere in the city of Fontana. And the state is keeping its fake sun over me. And then I go to the Ovid Family Community Library where it's captured over the 280 North Limit Apartments, which, by the way, if that was actually the sun that I'm capturing as I'm at that venue before 10 o'clock in the morning, the sun would be there, but it wasn't. It was remaining over my head in the city of Ontario on a specific street and remaining for the duration of the day as I step out later in the afternoon at 3:40 p.m. All right, which I also was showing you at 3:40 p.m. The state's fake sun is supposedly already in Fontana. The state's fake sun is not over the Fontana Lewis Library, contrary to what I showed you on the 2nd, while I'm already at the Fontana Lewis Library after 11 o'clock. The state's fake sun is right here at the intersection of Orangeway and Sierra. What else are you remembering? The state is keeping its fake sun, as I show you, at 3:40 p.m. In the city of Fontana, aiming light across the floor. But I'm showing you yesterday at 3:40 p.m. the same time the state is keeping its fake sun, where it is where I am, which is in the city of Ontario. This is stalking with a fake sun. And that's also not even light that's going to occur, even if you want to disregard the fact that that's a fake sun, which you can't, by the way. But I'm just letting you know, that's not even sunlight that's going to occur if the sun was over the sky space. The state is aiming precisely directed light all inside of the venue. Touching under the shaded structure of the library, on the side of the library while a demon is stalking in the path inside of the library. Sunlight is not touching underneath that shaded structure while at the same time at 3:40 p.m. you're in the city of Fontana over the library while I'm showing you what is direct. That's absolutely impossible. All right, stalking with a fake sun. Stalking as an entity. 8XWV562 or 8WX562, I can't really say that one. 60ZP513. And after I capture that video, Fontana PD immediately crosses path. All right, there are demons that are sitting up, stalking all around in the perimeter, listening to everything that I'm uttering, stalking right now as I'm documenting third parties. The law enforcement is always engaged in obsessive stalking. That's the ongoing pattern of conduct by law enforcement, as I have shown you. They engage in conspicuous stalking that is visibly crossing paths before my eyes. And they do so pursuant to what pattern is as well, as they're listening to me talk about what's going to happen to them when I prosecute them, as when I reveal their condition, when I reveal their role in a state system of surveillance, all right? And then they cross paths. That's what the Ontario Police Department routinely does, right? The United States Postal Service, they were doing that under the fake sun that remained at Vine and Hope Boulevard, all right? The Sheriff's Department did that as I spoke about kidnapping under the fake sun that remained at Holt and Vine in Ontario, California. All right, you're talking about what is listening to me reveal and document third parties, and then you'll have them cross path. They're not going anywhere. They're stalking in the path. They're engaging in relevant positioning. They remain around me, and that's also deduced by the fact of what is artificial engineered light to touch and reach over and past me. I am entirely their focus, and that's because they're inferior demons. 8MMJ805. They're inferior demons engaged in surveilling me, and I'm engaged in prosecuting them. And not only prosecuting them, I'm telling their secrets. Right. And and that is for purposes not only of shame, but for purposes of providing a tutorial understanding how Satan operates over a people and over a government that's intended on and doing nothing but criminal conduct. 8YCN 799, 8NBS 461, LALTON 1, 8SUS 851, 8CXS 055, 8SBH 749, 7XBA 322, 8PXK 004, 8UIW 703, 68953V2, T780NO 50483 handicap, 7SGA 225, 8BQE 797, 7RVY 372, 7LWD 708, and it is currently 1 p.m. And yesterday at this time, I remained at the Ovid Family Community Library, and I step out at 3:40 p.m. and I show you what is the fake sun as I'm standing at this on the inside of the library, show you what is the side of the Ovid Family Community Library, and I step out so you can see what is the movement of that fake sun, which you would not be able to capture if that was the sun, first of all, in Fontana, 7RXF698 over me, over the building, aiming direct light inside of that computer lab. But second of all, if that was the actual fake sun that is then in alignment with the entrance, that's not the same as remaining in alignment with the side of that library so low that light is touching the window inside of that venue. I don't think so. Somebody too, and I'm documenting you. What's your license plate? You want to get that to me, or you want to keep walking? APAG 779. This minion is going to step outside, use her communication device while the state is sounding helicopter activity under the fake sun, and then say, excuse me, X20BEL, 8YJA 735, 7TLD 914, 4NEX 718, 8MURDUP, 4LEK 516, 7CYD 771, 8JSP 550, AH 808 handicap, and that's plain activity while the fake sun is over me and direct light while these demons cross path. And you hear exactly what I was referencing, AJOL 584, while that psychopath is talking about, excuse me is audible activity. I'll prosecute you for that as well. 72934, that's dark trucking. 3SZX 742, 6V111, 6V11119, 7NLR 739. License 41328U2, audible activity. That demon is crossing path and direct light under the fake sun. 7PGB383, same analysis. 8VNN 630, 8HKL 771, 6GRA 970, 3WTW363, 8SDP261, 4MIG 427. 8WUY 405, 8URK 790, 6LCB 771, 454R69, that's Nevada, 8XNU 080, I believe, and 8EAD 517. It's 103P. Alrighty, license. 8TDD 108, 8TWS 996, 7TWS 575, 8PPW 393, 8VSA 667. And as I capture video right now, the absence of any light source over the Fontana Lewis Library in conflict with what I've shown you day in and day out as I am there at that venue before this time in the morning, as I am there even as late as the 2nd and on the 3rd, where I'm showing you what is the state's fake sun that's already present at the venue. The 2nd, again, I arrive after a little after 11 o'clock in the morning. You're talking about what is the state's fake sun that is already present over me. That's how I'm able to capture that. The light source is remaining over my head, and which is demonic. This is terrorism, and this is surveillance by the government. But also, you're talking about what is the directed light that you're seeing appearing at a distance on a wall while demons are driving by. That's called crossing path, and they're demons. 8PYC 180, and then you're witnessing what is demonic activity. And the demonic is engaging in criminal conduct. They're focused on monitoring with communication devices. That's a violation of Title 18. License 7AAP 873, 5PET 385, 8AZG 808, and they are focused and stalking me together. That's why that environment centers around me. 6TBS 658, 5NAC 505, 7TXW 493. I don't see no license plate on that. 6PYL 037, and you are talking about what is terrorism, while the government and the people, 8XBL 945, engage in that obsessive stalking. These are the same demons that you see in traffic under a fake sun over me, crossing path and molesting me with directed light while they are stalking and focusing on me. That's exactly what that environment reveals. They are chasing into bathrooms, stalking me in the bathroom. Where the state, by the way, keeps directed light. This is what I have documented at venue after venue. Literally going to the neighborhood mall, Montclair Place, directed light fills the bathroom while those demons are filling that venue of the private space, stalking in the bathroom. These are sex offenders, okay? They're also sex offenders, which you see on video, molesting with directed light, which is engineered light. Under what is a fake sun that is not also mutually at the same time remaining over the 280 North Lemon Apartments upon my arrival at the Ovid Family Community Library. That's clearly not the sun. 7HNA 813. But not only that, you're understanding what the rest of the country is doing, because you are not under any sun, not the actual sun, where the state is has been documented in the state of California keeping a fake sun over my head. So that begs the question, what is over them in the sky space in Texas? Because it's not the sun. What is over them? What's hovering over them in the sky space in Nevada? Because it's not the sun. Right? What is over them in the state of Georgia? What's over them in the state of Florida? Sun all day long, every day, actually. It's not the sun. All right? It is not the sun. They're doing the exact same thing that the state of California is doing. This is what the government is doing in the U.S. And it is called surveillance. And it's entirely criminal. It's demonic. It is demonic. 7YEV379, 8TWZ118. And so you're understanding what is a satanic operation on an even larger scale, larger than what is already large, but I'm showing you what California is doing. The country is doing this. The government in the United States is doing this. It's demonic. X9780. It's a satanic targeting system. And guess what? These black faces out here pushing a narrative talking about Black Lives Matter, 24712AO, 2A1, they're monitoring and stalking their demons, monitoring with law enforcement, and that's a false narrative. All right, 6UIP968. This same illegitimate government is telling you about what is COVID-19. All right, it's coming out of the mouth of what is a demonic entity that has its own agenda, okay? This is not some weird conspiracy theorist. I've shown you the evidence of what is the pattern of conduct. The pattern of conduct is revealing what is implications with regard to the inability to believe anything that the illegitimate government is telling you and trying to coax you to believe, all right? They're called narratives. It's called distractions, all right? They're liars. Satan is a liar from the pit of hell, and he's using these black face, brown face, Asian, Pacific, whatever race you want to talk about. You're talking about Satan in operation over a government and a people, and they are lying to you. 7YJE246, 57554X2, 06294Y1, and all of that you can see by virtue of the existence of directed light, 8XOZ766. You're witnessing Satan in operation, 73246G1. And all I have to do is press record. 6TFD828. Because I'm prosecuting the demonic. And the more that I spoke to the reality, which you can't physically see on them, the more that Satan reveals his true form, his true character. The fact that Satan is indeed operating over people who are stalking strangers, stalking all together. All right, in the position of government, 6EEV020. The more that you speak that truth, the more that Satan reveals that truth. All right, by virtue of that conduct. All right, I can't make that directed light appear or nothing. All I have to do, I'm speaking the truth because of what I know and what I've discerned. And the more I spoke it, the more Satan was acting true to form. Understand that. That's exactly what you're talking about. What is fury at the fact that I'm revealing that about them. Understand, that's supposed to be a secret. That is supposed to be unspoken and unknown by you. 7K CT971. But guess what? You cannot keep a secret when you're keeping a fake sun over my head. That's demonic. Satan can keep his mouth shut all he wants, even if Satan did have the self-restraint, which it doesn't. It's an obsessive stalking system. This is born of some demonic, not only demon possession, but an ongoing agenda by what is Satan that is in operation over the government in the United States. I just want to be clear. This is what this is revealing. It's not just criminal. You need to understand this is rooted in satanic conduct, and that is operating over the government in the United States. 05128L2. You're talking about establishing yourself as a matter on paper, as a matter of government on the world stage in comparison to other countries. You're some Christian-based country, but that's not shown by the deeds. And it's not just peculiar to California. This is a pattern of conduct. It is uniform. And this pattern of conduct is demonic. This is revealing also, because you are stalking with engineered light and a fake sun, by virtue of using those tools. You're talking about what is a satanic system across the country, because there's only one sun. So what is hovering over them and every other across state lines? Hello? Nobody wants to answer that question. I'm presenting it to you, and I've also given you the answer. That's exactly what it is. Fontana PD crossing path. All right, at north of Sierra right now. Right now is 1:12 p.m. While they're all listening to me prosecute them. And like I said, it's going to be on the world stage. This is not just California. All right, this is revealing what California is doing irreducibly. You cannot in any way, there's no getting out of that direct evidence. But then it goes beyond that, because wow, California's doing that, and that's supposedly, then what is the rest of the country doing? Because it's not the sun over them. All right, the government is placing American citizens under surveillance, and guess what? The American citizens are not innocent. These are demons. It's demonic, and they're placing you under surveillance, and you don't even know it. 6N85188, 8W78492, 4NEK431, ABKZ213. While engaging in what is supposed to be a free society, some civilized society in the United States, they are engaging in conduct befitting of what are animals, okay? Engaging in what is lawlessness. All right, showing you what is the true debased conduct that they are practicing, as I have revealed it. I revealed it, and all I have to do is capture video of it and give you a podcast so you can hear the psychopath. The psychopath driving the Omnitrans bus, stalking me, monitoring me, surveilling me, and doing it under the fake sun. Okay, I captured this psychopath's audible activity, and the fake sun is glaring over her head. It's the same conduct that Gator Glass. These demons doing so under the fake sun. All right, and the same futility, but you're talking about law enforcement, you're talking about federal prison. All right, this is going to be no joke with regard to demonic activity amongst law enforcement and the government. They want to kidnap, they want to take all your property and then stand firm as though they have authority because they're the police. No. You're going to disarm that. You're talking about federal prison. And the more that you document that, like I have, you're talking about what's going to be a very ferocious prosecution for those demons in those positions. That's how the ongoing system is operated. 3645 6S1. Or you're going to disarm that. No tolerance for that whatsoever. And that's exactly what these demons are doing. All right, they're creating their own, they're going to be subject to, so let me put it this way. In other words, the more that you're engaging in stalking, the more that you are speaking to what is also demonstrating what is necessary to restrain those dangerous psychopaths that represent law enforcement. This is what law enforcement is doing across the country. This is what they're doing with the people of the state. They are not on two opposite sides of the field. They are not do-gooders serving the good. No. They're demons. They are psychopaths. And stalking one who knows it, I know their condition, and I even showed that to you. That which you cannot see, that which you may not be able to discern, you are able to witness by virtue of their conduct and the environment that they're in, which is totally abnormal and impossible. 1NELSON is stalking in the parking lot under the fake sun. 6WFS306, 6ZND170. That's how you're able to understand what's demonic, what's demon possession. And that is directly relevant. It's not just context anymore. It's speaking to what is terrorism. All right. And so like you see in the video that I captured, when you're looking at demons crossing path over and over again, which is engagement in the criminal elements of monitoring, where the people of the state are engaged in surveillance. And by virtue of that conduct, they're touching and stalking and doing so in a terrorizing manner with that which is engineered light. That's the prosecution of the sex offender. All right. And the government is engaging in facilitation of sexual violence. And that is routine to the pattern of conduct. I mean, this is ordinary. This is a staple of the P.O.C. Demons constantly want to surround with engineered light. That's why the state places engineered light on the floor inside of the computer lab at the Fontana Lewis Library, which I'm showing you in video is not present even over the sky space. It's in the opposite direction while I'm showing you the fake sun over my head. And while those demons are crossing path and light is appearing underneath the shaded structure on Sierra Avenue as I'm walking underneath that area, they're stalking. All right. So like I said, it is currently 1:15 p.m. in the state's fake sun, just like you saw on Sierra Avenue, advancing north, remaining over the bus, following me. License 7KHL505, crossing path, while the fake sun is now on the property of the Fontana Lewis Library. All right, and Fontana PD crossing path at the water fountain, stalking in relevant position. And their state facilitating venue, the Fontana Police Department, is right in relevant position as well. All righty, it is currently 1:16 p.m. 7GXY214, 7KVG213, BF75C15, paper, 8PIL743, 8RDD141, And this entire venue, let me be clear, this is a facilitating venue where the state engages in sounding helicopter activity as I exit, and then following from the city of Fontana to what is the city of Ontario, which I documented as well while I go to the B&G Plaza. And then as I arrive at 630 North Fern, the state sounding helicopter activity again. So in other words, you're talking about what are nothing but demons that fill this venue. It's a state system. It doesn't matter what the name of the business is. It doesn't matter, in other words, what type of venue it is. With regard to the same thing with a logo, it doesn't matter with regard to prosecuting that company or that actor, that malicious actor. You're talking about what is identifying nothing but a venue. And these are demons that fill the venue, stalking with noise, stalking in what is engineered light, and maintaining presence in what is underneath the fake sun that remains over me, which is to the exclusion of every other state, by the way, while the state engages in that conduct, okay? It is currently 1:17 p.m., and this is the Fontana Lewis Library where the state's fake sun is. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, saving my podcast, you have what is stalking in the path, and that's what I'm taking an image of. That's what demons are doing day in and day out. While I'm in the computer lab, they're walking out of the middle hallway, they're walking through the sideway where the security guards stand, making ongoing noise and engineered light is stalking in the path. It is currently 1:17 p.m. at Fontana Lewis Library, and I did capture the image. It's at 1:17. Capturing video at 1:20 p.m. of the state's fake sun that's over the Fontana Lewis Library in direct conflict with what I just showed you moments ago at Arrow Boulevard. And I'm showing you what is the absence of the state's fake sun. And you're going to remember when I'm here, as I have been tons of times, before in the morning, and you're talking about the state's fake sun that's already present over the venue. So you're understanding what is just moving step by step, moment by moment, as I move, wherever it is that I move. Which is stalking with light. And so I did capture that on video. It's currently 1:21 p.m. at the Fontana Lewis Library, and this is the ongoing P.O.C. while demons are doing nothing but stalking in the path, moving as I move, stalking with noise and engineered light, while an ongoing molestation and surveillance also inside of a private space. All right, that is the ongoing understanding of a sex offender, molesting on the streets with directed light, molesting under the directed light, engineered light of a fake sun, which is that ongoing cumulative documentation of a perpetual sex offense. By the government and the people, and also engaging in surveillance in the private space, engaging in that demented pattern of conduct in the private space where you are all together engaging in stalking and surveillance and the engagement of the criminal elements, which is entirely demented and disgusting and sexually motivated and predatory conduct. It is currently 1:22 p.m. and this is P.O.C. Hi, excuse me. Hi, what's your name?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Yar?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I
No,
didn't
you're
hear.
fine. It's okay. It's Kiara. Yeah.
Oh, Kiara. Hi. Do you guys, I thought I heard you wiping. Do you have wipes?
Oh, we should. Yes, ma'am. Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. Take as many as you want.
Is it 3?
I think that. There you go. I know they're really in
Thank
there.
you.
You're very welcome.
Alrighty. So, you have what is, the state aiming bars of directed light across the computer lab, the upper portion above the doors, if you will, where the minion that I just spoke to, you hear me speaking to so politely, and tell me her name. That's means of identity and relevant positioning, and engaging in the malicious pattern of conduct while the state is aiming directed light across the walls, which is terrorism, as I turn around to reference her. Okay, it's currently 1:32 p.m. and that's the ways in which the entity engages in P.O.C. and terrorism as well, while they are demons that are engaging the system together. And I want to be clear, you're going to recall, like I document the terrorizing conduct that Tracy Banks engages in while she is driving the vehicle, while she's in my presence, and the state engages in, again, this demon keeps her back to me and is in relevant position under the state's fake sun and in direct light, but also doesn't have to look at me while she is monitoring and terrorizing while the state is aiming direct light, which it does with simultaneity as I turn around to reference her. Okay, understand this is demonic conduct that they are engaging in together with the government, and this is how the people of the state engage in P.O.C. And in the same way today, as I spoke to on my podcast, Tracy Banks engaging in that ongoing demonic terrorism, the malicious conduct of the people of the state, psychopaths, dangerous criminals who are monitoring with the government, who know they're being documented. And while she maintains her silence, she doesn't have to say anything. The entity engages in terrorism by sounding its sirens, the Ontario Fire Department, while the fake sun is over my head, while Omnitrend is creating light activity, all manner of communication of a threat, engaging in the elements that the entity is also monitoring with regard to my documentation of that demonic pattern of conduct, while Tracy Banks is crossing path, all right, engaging in terrorism with that entity, a demon whose name I know, engaging in that same malicious conduct, all right, while the government is surrounding and monitoring with that demon who is engaging in that malicious conduct as an entity together. And this one I want to document inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. It's currently 1:33 p.m. and again, that is directed light appearing above the door in the back of the computer lab. So I've shown you where the restroom is, and that's the sexually violent threat that the entity is posing while directed light is present in relevant position on the ceilings and on the floors and in the back of the room. The state engaging in moving directed light, bars of directed light, just like you see outside while cars are driving by. That's what the state is aiming onto the upper portion of the walls of the computer lab while Kara is in relevant position. All right, it's 1:34 p.m. All right, license plate 8ZAV600, stalking with light activity at the entrance area. They're doing so in directed light and in relevant position, tracking my movement as I'm exiting state facilitating venue of Fontana Lewis Library, and also engaged in what is bathroom monitoring. I'm inside of that private space while this demon is engaging in the pattern of surrounding in relevant position with light activity. That is a sex offender acting on behalf of the people of the state, doing so vicariously on behalf of the state, where I'm subject to surveillance in that private space. By the way, that's also indicated by the placement of the state's fake sun over the venue itself. 7SQJ413 8HIZ520 42090X2 8CHU389 8NMH437 8VQP0787YFG758 8RCR906 BM88150, which is paper. In case I didn't read this one, 8WQT is required. I think I read that one. All right, 42090X2. I took an image of that group stalker also. You're looking at what's directed light. That's not their headlights. That's aiming straight down onto the ground, and that concentrated light is engineered light. And their form is supposed to be that it's headlights. They're also stalking in the path, and the grounds are covered with directed light. This is why you have multiple shadows. Demons stalk with methods of flashing light, light activity, light creation, and engineered light. 8NMH437, 8CHU389, 6FRS158, 4ZJF554. This is Nevada 566L87, and this one, I don't see a license plate. And that's plane engines in directed light while that demon is creating flashing light. That's no P.O.C. 5YKJ493, and that's what this demon-possessed entity, the government, is doing while I'm inside of the private space. That is the bathroom engaging in this ongoing surveillance. And that is the conduct of a predator, a sex offender, that is, and a stalker. An absolutely demented mindset engaging in this group conduct and doing so as a government as well. 8JNH869. All right, and all those demons are in relevant position, stalking in the parking lot, maintaining light while the state flies over, creating audible activity. All right, this is what you see the state doing as I capture it audibly and on video for Southwest Airlines to provide the template of how companies are engaging in monitoring and surveilling American citizens. 7LYM570. 8GUP668, stalking in the path beside the dumpster that is facing Lerner in the parking lot of the Fontana Chamber of Commerce. License 5NBB533 5CKX157 7YBH646. And by the way, it's currently 6:50 p.m. And so this is me exiting Fontana Lewis Library, a state facilitated venue, at approximately 6:45 p.m. License 6WFS306. 8YT008. KO4ODO 8NTJ732. 7SKW307. They're crossing path real quick. 8UJZ653. ZFA 4KE goes into the parking lot of Citibank. Also 7DET200. 12455Z2. 8WPK629. The license plate that I stated and I referenced, and I also spoke to what they did, which is crossing path, loitering in relevant position to maintain presence at the Citibank venue, which is at the intersection of Arrow. They're on surveillance cameras in the drive-through of the Citibank that's at the intersection of Arrow Boulevard and Sierra at 6:52 p.m. They're stalking. Alrighty. Facilitating venues are means of documentation of the entity while a government is engaging in surveillance. License 8WDZ 478, I believe. I can't really see that one. You can scratch that. And the one that I'm referencing, stalking at the drive-thru of Citibank, is monitoring with this demon who stops in front of Casa Bereto restaurant, a venue, stalking in the path with the same exact directed light. This is a Latino male, fat face, license plate MAL859, being a stalker, a creeper, and a sex offender. 8RRT, I can't really see the rest of that one. 8NQY440, 7ZNA447, sex offenders monitoring with that stalker. License 7GCK912. XVX001, 8YTS676, 8YQW449, 6CMB368, 8YMM389, can't see that one, hold on, 8JJN370, 8RNF381, 7CJ, I can't see that one, 8YQZ356, 6UBY 833, 6NUL 221. It's 6:54 p.m. 5SLD 603, 8HKD 379, 7LDK 173, 8DLR 084, 7KNR 649. 8GQW 559, and again, this vehicle remains parked every time that I cross path on Sierra Avenue. It's a black SUV. It's a Lincoln with the Nevada plates on it. It's black and white, ALR752, 7KLY 570. 7ZZD070, molesting, 6RBA164, 7JZK887, Fontana Police, stalking, 1597066. License 8D VM0266YBR294, stalking with the police. Demons together, monitoring and surveilling. And it doesn't have anything to do with your race. What law enforcement is doing is monitoring us American citizens. And it's absolutely satanic. And those demons create narratives such as Black Lives Matter. As unpopular as that is, this is a spiritual reality, and that's what law enforcement is actually doing. They're monitoring. They're not targeting on race. 8YIX719, they're targeting based on 09929X2. 8UTW066, they're targeting based on the demon possession. 28782X2, 14736E3, I believe. And yes, it is demons. You are of that demon possession, engaging in that narrative. People have died. I understand that. And they claim that they died because they were targeted under that narrative. I understand that. AGAS 898, 8UGJ 143, 8H89348. And also, you are also understanding what they do as with regard to pushing that narrative is showing you bombastic footage of police killing an African-American male, 7XCK597, which is supposed to be the hard evidence of what is nothing other than law enforcement targeting you based on your race. Let me be clear, this is a demonic system, okay? Race is a distraction. It has nothing to do with your race, okay? All the black men that I know, and they're not actually men, but just for purposes of generally speaking, all the black males that I know are monitoring and stalking. They are of demon possession, and they're doing so with law enforcement. They're demons. In the natural, pushing a false narrative together because Satan has an agenda, and it is keeping American citizens under surveillance. License 8BRI150. And it is the same thing with COVID-19. I want to be clear. The government's agenda with regard to, and all I'm doing is addressing, you do with it what you will. The government is monitoring the pattern of conduct is what it is. It's established. Now, you need to understand that there are implications with that. LORRAINE, I believe. There are implications with that. Okay, the government's not just engaging in monitoring me and engaging in stalking me. I'm just the one that's documenting it and putting it on in plain sight for all of the world to see, because it's not limited to California. Obviously, you're using a fake sun. This is not the only state that's doing that, and it's also revealing basically what the other states in the country are doing, because that's not the sun over them either. You see it on TV, you see it all over the place, and you don't even know what you're looking at. By virtue of the state keeping a fake sun over me in Fontana all day long. 1544555. You have what are the people of the state claiming that they're dying of what is COVID-19. You have the corrupt government itself and medical physicians who I have witnessed their demon possession and their intent on engaging in kidnapping and obstruction of justice, abusing their very positions for that ongoing criminal agenda, which is monitoring American citizens as I was documenting it. All right, having no background history with them whatsoever, and then just them artificially just making up the information. They are complicit to an ongoing system. They know exactly who I am. This is demonic activity. It's not limited to California. And demons are going to tell you about COVID-19. Telling you, and by virtue of that, telling you what to do with your body, 7555H3, telling you what you need to do, trying to make what are legal mandates in order to force you to do it. And why? Because the corrupt government that is illegitimate, that's monitoring and surveilling you, which you do not know, is engaging in also pushing false narratives. Pushing false narratives. COVID-19 is the reason why America shut down, right? 7UUD038, and that is causing more reliance, forcing reliance on what is technology. The government is monitoring with communication devices, keeping American citizens under surveillance. And the government's doing it with the people of the state. This is a demonic system. Everything that the government is doing is to that criminal end, and it's absolutely satanic. And essentially, basically, this is the breakdown, all right? I keep it to the facts of what I document in California, and I'm letting you know what are reasonable implications based on what you can see with your own eyes. 8CIV291. The bottom line is every state in the country is under what are fake suns. The state is keeping light sources in the sky above American citizens, and nobody even questions it. It's not the sun. It's a light source. They're light sources. All right? It is required also in order to have what's supposed to be the sun over me. Oh, you necessarily have one in each county, probably. You necessarily do, because that's not the sun that's possibly anywhere over Los Angeles, moving in real time, moving over everybody's heads. Also, not only that, the conduct that the state engages in with this fake sun, that's not happening to everybody. It doesn't move all over everybody's head. That's impossible. That's impossible. Alrighty, 8CIG079, and again, directed light. Directed light is ongoing hard evidence of the same exact system, because that's not sunlight. It is currently 7 p.m. and that is Metrolink engaged in the P.O.C. Alrighty. 8VVR080 molesting, 8YCG125 molesting, Omnitrans 1535603 bus 1349 molesting. With these predators, these are psychopaths sitting at a stoplight waiting to touch, stalking with minor children in their vehicles. Satan itself, 8DGH397. engaging in satanic targeting and surveillance and molesting another with a little kid in the front seat. That's the ongoing conduct of demons in the state of California. Well, the government's just engaging in surveillance via these demons. All right, and you're going to prosecute based on what is the conduct of a stalker that is threatening your life, keeping you under surveillance, touching you without consent, and by virtue of the use of directed light to touch you, that's going to be with regard to you're touching with all the minions that are in your car, and you're including children in that sexually violent, life-threatening conduct, and that's what the people of the state routinely do. All right, license plate 48TK481. And that's how that demon is going to be prosecuted. You're talking about what's a reasonable question with regard to that fitness to be in that guardianship position. And it is absolutely unfit. That's a dangerous psychopath. That's the people of the state, by the way, while they're engaging in this demonic system with the government. 7JBW079, 7LYR722. And let me remind you of that sex offender molesting me with children engaging in that criminal conduct, 8DGH397. At Village at Sierra, which is creating light activity, while Metrolink is creating light activity, while Metrolink is creating audible activity. And let me show you P.O.C. All right, capturing images of what is my bag carrier that has shadows around it, okay? My one leg surrounded with shadows while this sex offender is monitoring, including children in his criminal conduct on behalf of the government, which is threatening the life of that child. Monitoring with the government is no child play. And doing so threatening my life, that's a serious threat as well. 8DGH397 is a sex offender and indeed stalking, engaging in predatory conduct, waiting at a stoplight, creeping, stalking in the dark, waiting to touch. 7JBW079. And I did capture those images. Right now it's 7:03 p.m. and this is at third-party facilitating venue, Village at Sierra. That's why they're creating flashing lights, not a malfunction. This is how the entity stalks with light activity, just like the demon in the parking lot of Fontana Lewis Library in directed light. Alrighty, and it is currently 7:03 p.m. where I took those images at Village at Sierra, which is the ongoing environment. IMAWLIN. I'm all in. He's all into stalking and he's all demon possessed, molesting me with directed light while I walk on the sidewalk right now. 6EZL807. He or she, whoever that is, they're a group stalker and they're molesting. That's why directed light is just appearing out of nowhere, touching all over me while I'm walking on the sidewalk on the property of Village at Sierra. A 55+ community where the state keeps a fake sun over it. Doesn't matter how old Satan is. 1545797. I've shown you old bags of bones, liver spot covered, wrinkly, crusty, okay, balded, third-party group stalking, demon-possessed sex offenders. It doesn't matter what their race is or what their age is. These are distractions of Satan. They're distractions. All right, predator waiting to touch, license plate, monitoring with Omnitrans, by the way. 5H57524, coming from third-party facilitating venue, where Nuevo, all those facilitating venues on that street, which I documented their addresses, routinely used as a means of stalking in the path while I'm at the Fontana Metrolink train station, and molesting with Omnitrans, okay? So they're intentionally coming at that vantage point in order to touch with light. That's the predator, and the same predator that I documented with a little kid in their car, prioritizing me, stalking me and molesting me while you have a little kid in your car. All of that is an ongoing demonstration of what is the ways in which you're going to prosecute those who are unfit, are a threat to the very little mini-9 children that they are guardians of, while they're engaging in surveillance with the government of demon possession, by the way. Absolute psychopaths and violent sex offenders. All right, you're talking about what is sexual violence you're engaging in systematically. This is why you got directed light in the bathroom, okay? So you have all kind of perverts engaging in the P.O.C. against one who I don't know them, by the way. I do not know them, but you're talking about you're in position of being somebody's parent, somebody's guardian, and you're a violent sex offender. That's exactly why you're in the bathroom creeping around, stalking somebody, engaging in surveillance, and your condition is no longer a secret. You're a demon. You're a psychopath and a violent sex offender engaging in that. And then you got little kids in the passenger seat while you're targeting and sexually violating another. Yeah, that's going toward that prosecution. And that's to be revealed about the people of the state. That's to be revealed about businesses that engage in that criminal system with those who are under the age of majority as well. That's exactly what Omnitrans engages in. That's exactly what every company actor that I have documented. Because the people of the state are acting with the entirety of the entity. Little minions over and under the age of 18, stalking and monitoring use of communication devices. You got a demon on Omnitrans, stalking in the path, this is bus number 2362. And so I'm at the Fontana Metrolink train station right now, by the way, at 7:06 p.m. License 1370395, which is Route 66, at 7:06 p.m. P.O.C. That's in directed light. Still in the city of Fontana. 7:10 p.m.
Board and it
7:16 p.m. in directed light.
No ride. La ley federal requiere máscaras a bordo y en las paradas.
This is Omnitrans monitoring with the state. Sound of silence.
You want this one, right?
I didn't know you were on there. It was dark.
I know. For the first time.
This is P.O.C. Are you? Is it?
I'm about to
Take off right in
Route
in 3 minutes.
61, Airport Terminal, Pomona.
It's an African American
Federal
female
law requires masks on board and it stops. No
repeatedly
mask,
molesting
no ride.
while stalking in relevant position.
La ley federal requiere máscaras.
While I'm sitting at the bus bench, let me break down P.O.C. for you. You got a demon. This African American female sitting beside Route 66 on a communication device in directed light. Metrolink and means of audible activity. You heard the sirens. You hear sirens again. They're engaging in ongoing activity creation in directed light and repeatedly molesting. This is license plate 1545805, bus 2362. It's 7:17 p.m. All right, and the minion you see with the large, heavy-set female, that demon gets up the moment I point my camera in her direction while she's not looking at me. Let me be clear. Like I said, these demons know they're being documented. But hello, that's based on what's also demonic activity. But furthermore, it's based on what is monitoring with communication devices. This is demonic. You got demons that are using communication devices, though, to monitor while they're engaged in surveillance. And that African American female is monitoring with this one. You hear me talking to her in direct light while the state's sounding sirens. This is when she decides to open the door also, which is creation of light activity. All right, and I have that license plate of Omnitrans engaging in an ongoing molestation. Every demon driving by, coming off a Nuevo, touching with what is directed light, which your headlights are not actually reaching that distance. And while the psychopaths that are the state are repeated, they're just driving in circles, sounding sirens. 7:18 p.m. P.O.C. All right, just like you saw earlier with the opening and closure of the door, just like you've seen on video where I'm showing you the state aiming directed light in the opposite direction, which is not only impossible because of the structure of the bus, but it's not even going in what would be the direction if you even want to plausibly act like street lamps are cycling light through the center of the bus toward the front of the bus. This is the state that is, those are examples of directed light. In conformity to that, the state is just flashing directed light, almost like thunder is appearing on the bus. That's absolutely demonic. That's absolutely terrorism while the state does that, while this driver is driving the bus, okay? The same one engaging in group stalking. What I was going to reference while I was at the bus stop was this demon, this is an African-American female who's driving the bus right now, bus number 2362. I'm monitoring with 8MBB971. That's why the state is creating thunderous directed light and moving it all around on the bus. They're demons as well. That's also what that indicates. But you have what was the creation of light while the bus was darkened. All right. So it appears as though nobody's on the bus, but I'm seeing light that's moving, creating light that's just appearing in the middle of the bus toward the back end of the bus, while the state is also sounding sirens. Metrolink is sounding, and the state is keeping directed light. I'm being molested with light, and that demon that I show you, this African American female, she's just studying her communication device the entire time. That's called stalking in the path. That's what she was doing. While this demon was on the bus in the dark, and that's what I saw light just appearing on the bus, and that's why I started laughing. And but I did say that this is the one that you hear talking in the background. Hey, you're right. All that cheerful talk, which is audible activity. It's a psychopath that I'm dealing with. Demons. Monitoring. And I just want to document that the entity is aiming directed light on the bus, just flashing light. 7SQJ41. I can't see the rest of that one. But these demons that I'm reading their license plate, they're monitoring as well. That's why that's occurring. And it's also occurring because they're demons. 7SQJ413 is a demon. Okay. CHARIDY Charity is a demon, and she's a stalker. He or she is a stalker. It is currently 7:25 p.m. This bus is being driven by employee 3377, 7KEH 807. And it's currently, by the way, 7:29 p.m. And we just passed Cypress and San Bernardino Avenue also. I'm talking about. Alrighty, monitoring while United States aiming a wealth of directed light. This demon, 7DCX456. And it's currently 7:46 p.m. And all of this includes the demon identified by employee number 3377. She's monitoring with the demons who are maintaining presence all around, surveilling together. And it's currently 7:47 p.m. 7WTL703. We are at Franklin and 4th Street. This is in front of what is the Regal Theater, formerly known as the Edwards Theater at the Ontario Mills property. Ontario Mills is a facilitating venue. Monitoring. This demon, 5NXC331. XFS261. And it's currently, by the way, 7:47 p.m. Red Lobster is monitoring. You got a demon creating hazard lights facing 4th Street where the bus is at a red light at the intersection of Milliken and 4th. Those are demons are monitoring. This is speaking to an expansive system. I'm just pointing it out while the demons engage in it on an ongoing path. You're talking about a nation of minions. So as I'm going through city to city, you're talking about every single last one of them aware of my presence, engaging in an ongoing, demented, stalking presence with the government. This is the reality of demons that surround. It's currently 7:50 p.m. and so at approximately 7:48 p.m. you got a demon. This is a heavy set white female, dark black hair with a black face mask on. She's 4 eyes with a Nike hoodie on. It zips up and down. She works at Burlington Coat Factory, a third-party facilitating venue. She's on the bus in operation of her communication device. So understand how this demon is sitting by me. Employee number 3377 is sitting in front driving the bus. The demon behind who I took an image of sitting at the back of the bus, a white male, while the entity is engaging in stalking all around. The entity is aiming directed light onto the bus, and also the entity is engaging in creating light activity all around the bus. It's ongoing corporate conduct, surveillance, okay, and by demons. It is 7:50 p.m. 7 MOV 029. 7 BLF 410 or 418. I think it's 418. Alrighty, 8 WCT 302 directed light onto the inside of the bus while that demon creeps up on the passenger side at the red lights. The red light of Inland Empire and Milliken. 7:52 p.m. 8 VPV 892. 8 TCA 371. And it's 7:52 p.m. at Ontario Mills. I mean, on the property of the Ontario Mills, as opposed to driving around where the demons are maintaining presence all around. Now we're driving through to the bus stop of Ontario Mills. All right, it is 7:52 p.m. 8JMP 063. And it is 7:58 p.m. And we're passing what is the Benihana, on Inland Empire Boulevard. Let's see. 8JMP 063 or 8LMP 063. I lean toward 8JMP 063. It's a Jeep also. Passing Inland Empire and I'm gonna say Porsche Way. Approaching Haven now. Yeah, we're at Haven and Inland Empire Boulevard. 3377 has an issue with her foot on the brakes. It is, and I'm mentioning that it is directly relevant to the P.O.C, just letting you know. It's currently 7:59 p.m. I can't see the lights. 8 U.S.C 226. 8:03 p.m. It is currently 8:06 p.m. at the Ontario Airport. 7MBJ. I can't see the rest of that. Ontario Police using their lights at the Ontario Airport. And you also have signage, which is light activity. All the Ontario, this is a venue, okay? There's no change. That's why the state cycles directed light on me and around me. 8 U.S.C. 226. And the police are engaging in surveillance. These companies are engaging in surveillance, stalking while they're crossing a path at a state facilitating venue that is the airport. License plate 8DWZ848. Monitoring with law enforcement, okay? White face, brown face, black face, demons monitoring, surveilling together while Ontario police use their police lights. Parked in front of what is baggage claim of Terminal 2. 8 BMH 194. Bell cab 08670Y2. And 8GKS 627 7PNE 998. And it's currently 8:07 p.m. And this black-faced demon, all right, with a bad weave, employee 3377. It's an African American engaging in surveillance, stalking and monitoring terrorism with law enforcement. Nothing to do with Black Lives Matter, okay? They're demons. Nothing to do with that. They are demons together engaging in distracting and dancing in front of you. They are lying to you. It is the same thing with this political agenda with climate change. They are lying to you. Climate change, they're exercising control over the climate when you are keeping fake suns over America, a fake sun over American citizens. That directly affects the climate. That's the part they're leaving out. They're demons who are lying to you. COVID-19, they're demons who are lying to you. Okay? License plate 7PNE 99A. I read that one already. 5CDH 428. Directed light cycling toward the front of the bus, just like I showed you on video. Absolutely impossible, and actually, and also not only that, it's stupid. It's not even going in the right direction. 8P56761. Doubletree by Hilton is monitoring. License 67062V2. Bell cab 6161082. Bell cab 35022F2. Bell cab. It's 8:09 p.m. 8KWY 640 Demon Crossing Path. 6HFS 150 Demon Crossing Path. 8YGF 608 Demon Crossing Path. On the surveillance cameras of Omnitrans as well. It's 8:10 p.m. on the grounds of Ontario Airport, where they are monitoring with the Ontario Police a demon creating light activity using a police vehicle. 8:10 p.m. Hold on, let me get this one too. 7JV and 301. All right, I want to document, and I took images of it, the bus driver, employee number 3377, engaging in stalking with activity, and activity is created as she stops the bus and lets on another demon who was stalking in the path on the road. She is stopping on Airport Road, I believe, which is after exit of the Ontario Airport, and I'm showing you, I took a picture right there, and you can even see the time in the picture. She let on this Latino male, and it's while I'm uploading my podcast onto the internet, essentially, and it's a method of activity creation, and that is not a bus stop. Okay, it's at 8:13 p.m. These demons engaging in criminal conduct with the government, and they're doing it on surveillance camera as well. You can see that there is not a bus stop. It doesn't matter when Omnitrans goes and creates that bus stop after I document them, by the way, as well. Okay, deviating from their routes after I document them engaging in, and also deviating from their routes in order to more fully keep me surrounded. All of this is that which Omnitrans is engaging in at 8:13 p.m. Stopping just in the middle of the road, Airport Road, by what's like a bridge. You see the concrete, just empty field. I think a sewer is underneath. That's not a bus stop. There's no bus stop there. Okay, and she does so because she's stalking with activity. It does create audible activity, but you're creating light, and the demon gets on the bus and crosses path. They're systematically monitoring, and I took images of that. They're monitoring what I'm doing, uploading it on the internet. This is P.O.C. It is 8:16 p.m. right, getting off a bus, 2362, license plate 1545805, driven by employee number 3377. That's African-American female. Monitoring, subject to monitoring, and every minion getting on, getting off, remaining on, doing nothing but stalking with the state, surveillance by the state. You literally have the same exact pattern of conduct, directed light on the bus, aiming directed light onto the bus, and engaging in demonic pacing on the bus, and doing so also by remaining at a bus stop, waiting for the bus. Not remaining at a bus stop for purposes of getting on and crossing path, even stopping at a non-bus stop for the immediacy of the need for a demon to cross path with me while they're monitoring what I'm doing on the internet. Absolute demonic conduct, but it's surveillance. This is state surveillance. Anyway, it's 8:23 p.m. and I'm at Lemon and Holt, so that was P.O.C. and the P.O.C. continues. The same entity stalking where it is that I sleep, where it is wherever it is that I am physically indisposed, genitalia exposed, engaged in personal private activity. It's a matter of public information amongst the demon possessed, operating a satanic system that is the state of California, a violent sex offender. When you're understanding terrorism that by a government that's engaged in surveillance with the people of the state, they are violent sex offenders, okay? Predators of the worst. All right, and then engaging in that conduct even while they have their little minion children with them, engaging in sexual violence with them. All right, it is currently 8:24 p.m. P.O.C. 6 UOU 384. I'm at Holt and Plum, crossing the street, and that third party is molesting. And doing so with another minion that crosses the street as well. They're stalking and crossing path with while directed light is molesting. 6FER 164. 8PCW 988. Group stalking at Andy's Burgers. A demon keeping their face toward a menu while they're stalking you in the path in directed light. NANA 7 Heart S. License plate 6XQG 902, I believe. 6FWK 884, excuse me. 6JKR 869. AA Cytocol LLC. Crossing path and touching. 4SW 524, substantially similar. AA Cytocol is a large truck, and they routinely cross path under the fake sun also. And they're crossing path now, touching via directed light. While that truck is on the street, the shadow of the truck is reaching across to touch me, cross path over me with what's supposedly a shadow. They're in engineered light. 8YGK708. Minions on the property of Andy's Burgers just standing outside monitoring with communication devices while that ongoing molestation is underway. Those minions are all on surveillance cameras, flipping burgers, all right, cooking greasy fries, stalking in the path. All right, 8YGK708 is in the drive-thru of Andy's Burgers. Alrighty, and my luggage carrier, like I showed you at Village at Sierra, maintains those ongoing multiple shadows. That's directed light. Psychopath stalking 7ZVV742. It's 8:26 p.m. All right, crossing path inside of the Shiro's Liquor. These old black Negroes monitoring with law enforcement. 8NQN219. Okay, guess what? Demons, African American demons, has nothing to do with your race. They're stalking, engaging in surveillance, doing so with law enforcement who are monitoring by virtue of their presence and activity creation. And the other African-American demon-possessed group stalker enters and crosses paths very closely with me on his communication device as I'm on camera walking out of the store. That's called positioning, and he is stalking and getting so close on purpose. And he is monitoring with the African-American demon-possessed group stalker in that vehicle in the parking lot, stalking with light. Practicing demonic activity, engaging in surveillance with the state, engaging in that conduct, that criminal conduct, which has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Those Black lives are monitoring other Black lives, doing so while their condition is one of demon possession. They're targeting American citizens together with law enforcement. All of them of that same condition, demon possession. It's currently 8:31 p.m. P.O.C. 1510635 Ontario police that are monitoring with the African American demon-possessed stalkers stalking in the path inside of the parking lot, okay? Ontario police cross path, they're doing so in directed light. Those demons are stalking in the path at Shiro's Liquor, they're doing so in directed light. Monitoring together, okay? Law enforcement and black people. It has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. They're demons. It is 8:32 p.m. And Ontario police are on camera, on traffic cameras, driving east on Hope Boulevard at the traffic cameras of Plum and Holt, and doing so at 8:32 p.m. and then turning to drive what is east onto Sultana. P.O.C. 7HWY827. Again, that's 7HWY827. 8WAB. Oh, you can scratch that. I can't see the rest of that license plate. 49917F3. And it is currently 8:35 p.m. and they're all molesting, including the Ontario police. They're demons that are monitoring together. It's an ongoing sex offense. Stalking together. You're talking about demons that are taking turns, crossing path over and over again. They're all sex offenders, okay? 8:36 p.m. 8FOY293, I believe. That's a red Toyota Camry coming out of B&G Plaza right now at 8:37 p.m., which is also going to be on surveillance cameras again at the B&G Plaza, crossing path, and it's directed light. It's not their headlights. It's ongoing stalking conduct, and it's just nailing Satan for the psychopath that it is, and all these people who are psychopaths under that same demon possession. It's very sad. It's tragic, actually. It's pathetic. And it's 8:38 p.m. All right, license plate coming around to touch. That's a Predator, 8UTG194. Sitting in the parking lot, with just group stalking in the parking lot and turning around, coming out of the parking spot as I enter the parking lot. That's a psychopath, a stalker. 6XXZ200. Stalking while the state is maintaining presence while I'm being molested on the bus stop bench. Engaging in a slow motion molestation. This Predator, 19446H3, in directed light. Okay, you ain't got no form. You're a psychopath. And I have you surrounded by evidence, and I'm going to prosecute you while they're stalking in the parking lot. All right? It's currently 8:40 p.m. Monitoring with the rest of these cockroaches sitting around in the parking lot in directed light while the state aims and surrounds me with directed light, okay? And then they engage in moving out of those parking spots, which is a means of creating activity around me as I move. They're literally stalkers. They're demons that are stalking, engaging in ongoing elements on an ongoing basis. They're monitoring with communication devices. That's the conduct of psychopaths. It is currently 8:41 p.m. 6HGM561. It's 9:03 p.m. Again, that's 6HGM561.